Yes. Well then, we are live. Just wait for a few people to jump in. Make sure it's gone through okay. Yes, it's gone through all right. So then, what's going on in the world? Oh, why is that being dodgy for? Yes, guys. Well, I'm live for once. Not been live in a long time. Oh, I don't even know what's happening. What's happening to my page? Is the stream all right for you guys? Because I'm having a bit of problems on my end for some reason. I don't know why. Right. Well, I can't seem to. Oh, I think it's just my mouse. I think it's just my mouse that was the problem. I think it was just my mouse that was the problem. There we are, live. Come and join. I can close that one now. Is it going to close that one? There we go. Right. So that's pinned at the top of the chat. There we go. That's all pinned at the top of the chat. And yeah, you guys, I'm ready for you. I'm ready for any of the questions or anything. And once we get a few more people on, we'll start talking about the things that are coming up for Big Up the Rampage. Me! We'll start talking about some things. But for now, guys, just jump in the chat, jump on. I'll see if I can get someone else to come on and have a chat with us. There we are. Send a message or two. And yeah, so guys, what's been going on in the world? What is it that I could have missed? I've been posting as much as I can recently. I've got a couple of videos to go out this week. Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't be drinking from that, should I? I shouldn't be drinking from that. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. All right, guys. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Am I doing something wrong here? Because my mouse doesn't seem to be. Yes. It is a nice cup, isn't it? Yeah. Ryan back on a Rampage. It's gay. How is it gay? How is a cup gay? How can you make a cup gay? See, I didn't think I'd see niching it down to a beer glass. That's a bit, you know. It's just a mug. It's not for tea. It can be tea, coffee, juice. I've got juice in here right now. Well, I've got Monster in here right now. Can be used for multiple things. You know, it can hide exactly what you're drinking. Nobody has to know what you're drinking. You're just drinking from a Rampage mug. No, I don't think I'll do beer glasses. I just wanted it because it was something I wanted personally. So I've only got 10 of them, including this one. So I've only got 9 of them to go out to any of you guys watching. So yeah. Yeah, gay meaning what is it? Oh, there's actually another word that describes gay. Joyful or happy. Happy, I think it is. So yeah. It's a very happy mug. Needs to do more COVID sites. They have something to hide, but try not to get locked in. Yeah, I heard BuzzTech's got locked into a COVID site once, but you know, you like the mug, nice one. Well, if any of you guys want the Ryan Rampage mug, all you have to do is put a donation in the PayPal of £8 with your address, so I can send it to you. And yeah, the cup's yours.
Hello, stranger.
Hello.
How's it going? Where have you been?
I've been hiding. I've been in hiding.
You have been hiding. You've been not around. What's been scooter?
Oh, I've had loads of things on. To be fair, I've had loads of things on. All like family based and stuff.
The usual personal off YouTube life dramas.
Yeah. So I've been very, very, very busy.
Oh, that's good. Well, I hope it's good.
But yeah, I've just been advertising my.
Did you go ahead and do it? How many did you get?
I only got 10, including this one. So I've got 9. I've got 9 to go out.
So I'm obviously having one, aren't I?
For £8, yeah.
Are you going to make me go and buy one? Are you going to actually make me buy one?
Yeah.
I don't know. These YouTubers greedy gets odds.
No, honestly, right? I checked it out for postage from mine to down near London. It was going to cost like £3.50 plus what the cup costs. I think if anyone orders it from like anywhere around the UK and stuff, like it's probably going to end up costing me more. So I've set a budget of about £8. So if I do get a cheaper place and I earn 50p, I earn 50p. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to cost me more to actually get it out. So I don't mind. It's just something.
Posters and packaging. Always cost more than that.
So I just thought I'd set a price at £8, so it's fair for everyone. You know, if I have to pay on top of that, I have to pay on top of that. If you know what I mean. If I earn something out of it, then I earn something out of it. It's going straight back to YouTube. So, but yeah.
Well, that's it. People don't realise that at times are getting tough now, and people, you know, if you want to make an extra few bob, then where's the harm in that? If you're doing it legitimately, there's nothing wrong with that. People want to buy, that's their choice, you know.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So I've just done it through like a sort of PayPal thing. So just send me £8 in PayPal. Obviously, you can send a message through PayPal as well. Send your address with it. They're all boxed up, pre-boxed up from where I've ordered them from. They're all like this. I've checked them all out. None of them are broken. So literally, I'll just go down to my local post office. Boom, can I send this to this place? And then boom, send it. Yeah. But yes, Catwoman could do cat bowls. Oh, you could do cat bowls. Yeah, now you've hit your 5K.
Cat bowls. What, like, as in drinking bowls, or?
Yeah, probably.
Crazy. Oh, I actually had I don't know if you watched it, live stream last night, and he had someone called Auditor, one of my long-standing running supporters, and managed to get him on board and jump on screen. Actually, not, in all fairness, a decent guy, but obviously opposed to what we do, you know, the usual rubbish that, you know, comes out with. But came on, threw himself in the pack of wolves, you know, all respect for jumping on, and yeah, he was all right actually. So I'm like, yeah, number one trolls there, right there.
That's what I mean, though. If they come on, it's all right commenting in the comment section, but if they come on and they have an actual debate with us, you know, fair enough.
You actually have a bit of respect for them, then yeah. But when people are just obviously trolling down below and putting nasty comments all the time, and you ask them to come on, and you know, they're not worth, just get rid of them. But this one, I'm like, I got rid of about 3 or 4 last night, but him, I'm like, look, I'm going to give you a chance, mate, because I could tell there was a bit of banter there. It was funny, and I'm like, look, I'm going to give you a chance. Come on, come and tell us what your issues are. Come and tell us what your problems are. I jumped on, had a nice chat, started getting daft towards it, and that's put him on naughty step a few times, but yeah, we're all right. We're good.
That's it. You just got to keep control. Especially when it's on your channel. I just started to watch the start of it, and I thought, you know what, I feel like going live, so I'll just go live.
7 hours I did, 7 hours, because I wasn't going to go live yesterday, but obviously everyone was sort of like talking about what happened, so it's like it went. I was only going to do it actually the usual couple of hours until somebody else went live, and yeah, ended up with 7 hours. So yeah.
Mostly's in the chat. Sup, bitches? Don't get jealous, mostly, but I got a cup with my face on it. And then you've just got. Oh my! I'm trying to show off my.
Mine's better.
I'm trying to show off my merch here, and you're just there like, yeah, I've got my cafe.
Which one do you prefer? Which one do you prefer? All right, just 1 minute, you.
Yes, hello to everybody in the chat. I'm just trying to read through the comments now because I missed quite a few. Most of the trolls need to wake up to what is going on out there. Yes, definitely, they do. They seem to be the sheep just bobbling on in the fields. Still, I got a cut with my face on it.
Everyone's piling in now. All my usuals are piling in.
Debate BuzzTech's 6 names.
Oh yeah, get rid.
I can guarantee you now his name's not Ryan.
Who?
BuzzTech. He's got Ryan James, Ryan something. Ryan Angles and Ryan Vines. Bloody joker.
Is it actually cold? Do you have to freeze it? Come here, give it here.
The gelatin is automatically activated.
Press the box.
No,
Rebecca's just bought Aussie this.
Lemon cooling mat.
So let's see if it actually works, because this heated.
It does it upon touch.
Is it on pot touch?
It is on that. Come here.
Is it actually that warm over there?
But it's been quite hot, yeah, and Ozzy's just constantly panting away, so.
Well, I literally we had a thunderstorm last night.
Hmm?
We had a thunderstorm here last night.
Yeah, it's the last few days it started raining, it's started cooling off again, but it's still warm.
And then Mum will
Yeah, mostly. I don't know what's going on either, mate.
Yeah,
About 6 names. I don't know what's going on about that either.
Yeah, it's been about on a few lives, just trying to disrupt disrupt the lives like they usually do.
Yeah, typical trolls, eh? But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick hour or so live just to update people, saying I'm still about and stuff. Just been busy.
Yeah. So are you got any more videos coming up?
Yeah, I've got a couple of videos. I've just got to get them onto my computer somehow, because I'm having a bit of trouble with that just lately.
Technology, yeah. Technology.
Yeah.
That's what you want it to.
But so I'm sorting that out. I mean, my last one was released on the 3rd, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so two days. I normally try and post as often as I can, especially when I've got videos in the bank, and I've got a couple. I'm trying to get them up as soon as I can, but yeah,
it's always good to have a few backups, though. It is always good to.
Yeah. But yeah, trying to get as many out as possible, as quick as possible. But
I think it feels like, I don't know if you're getting this as well, but especially for me, and I think Dino up here, I don't know about where you are, but some things are running a little bit on the stale side. So, like, obviously, I've said this before, there's not much going on where I am, not much happening. COVID sites have been done, police sites have been done. You know, it's one of them where I don't want to keep repeating the same thing. I want to try and mix it up, do different stuff, get out there. You know what I mean? So it gets really hard, doesn't it, when you're a bit confined and stuck
it
in the
is. Well, like I say, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and
so
just
you haven't got much.
Just to get the videos I have got right now. Yeah, you know the guy that you met at the COVID site that I sent you to in Skeg.
Oh yeah.
Went for a drive.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Is that right, isn't he? Decent guy.
Yeah, he's sound as anything. He literally, he literally, he drove me down there. Didn't bother asking me for no petrol money. I didn't pay him no petrol money. He didn't want anything. He even bought me a Burger King. You know, so he's a sound bloke. He's a sound bloke.
I said, didn't I, after that day I met him, and I thought you'd get on, and he's very, very supportive. So I've been in all the lives.
Yeah.
Oh, UK Transparency is in. Hello.
Yes. Can't beat a good troll. Would be nice to beat one though.
Yeah, it'd be good to take my anger out on one of them.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for this guy that's got me on Facebook. From one, I think it was from the COVID testing site in Skeg. I say he knows what I look like. He knows roughly where I live. So he just threatens me on Facebook. I'm like, come on, don't be a dickhead.
It's all mouth, innit? It's all mouth.
He's built like a brick shithouse as well, and he still won't come and fucking scrap me in the middle of Skeggy. So
just best ignore it. Best, Oh God! Here we go. Look. There we go. You shout and they come running. It's like the ears are burning and they're like, "Oh, I must go in and cause disruption. I must go in and try and draw as much attention as I can because I've got nothing else to do." They're
talking about a competition scam that actually, yeah, if you read into it, it looks like a scam, and you research
People
into
are
it.
obsessed
But-
with Buzz. They're literally obsessed with him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if you think about it, he could have been the one behind it. No one actually knows for sure, I don't think. And the other hand is, it could have been an actual competition. If I set up a competition, I'm not going to pre-agree with a hotel because they want the money first. I don't know if I want to earn the money for it. Right? So what I'd do is I'd offer this week in a hotel, but then if I don't earn enough money to get them in the top room, I'd pay for the second best. I've offered a week in the hotel, nowhere else.
All they're doing is scrolling the internet. They've come across a headline and they're like, oh, let's jump on this. And we know ins and outs about it, everything that happened, and then they think they know everything. And it's like, So what? It was something that happened God knows how long ago. Obviously not a big deal. It's been and done. It's still here, and yeah, it's just.
Do you know what? I'll give them something. I'll give them something, right? I've scammed people into subscribing to my other channel.
And I'm one of them idiots.
Simply because I've done a big giveaway, right? This is me coming out of it. I've done a big giveaway that several people entered. And when I actually got in touch with one of them people who entered, their account was frozen.
Okay.
And I never bothered telling the public. I never bothered telling anybody else. I never bothered going for second place. I just turned around and said...
What happened?
I just turned around and says, I will... Literally, after the competition ended, I turned around and says, this person will be contacted for it, which there was legit contacted through email that they passed on. And yeah, their email address and their account on YouTube got frozen for something. I don't know what, because obviously it's not my account, but yeah. So that person.
So things happen, guys. This is what I'm saying. You watch this, you're making a big. First of all, it's got absolutely nothing to do with you. Second of all, it's got absolutely nothing to do with us. Third of all, it's got nothing to do with anyone. It's no one's business, right? It's happened. It's gone. Why are you so obsessed with it? What you're hoping to gain by jumping in all these lives and putting that? It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop Buzz. Go have it out with him. Go talk to him about it. You're not getting anywhere by jumping in all these lives and trying to make something of it. Makes no sense to me.
Julia and Kat defend people who stab like gyps. Why are you going to come and bring Gypsy's name into it now? What's it got to do with us? It's not our shit. Go ask Gypsy about it.
Again, yeah, go take it up with him.
The only people that are going to know about it is them.
Yeah, I know nothing. I know nothing. That's me. I absolutely know nothing, and I don't want to know. It's none of my business.
No, I plead ignorance.
Unless people come to me and tell me things, it's nothing to do with me. So I just don't know why these people get off. I really don't.
And again, they've commented something pretty funny there. It's quite common in the YouTube gaming community as well. So many kids use daddy's credit card to pay me in gaming. I got in trouble. So I'm guessing that's aimed at BuzzTech, right? I can tell you for a full fact, I've been watching Sidemen for a lot of years. And for a long time, that has happened constantly. It happens on Twitch more often than you could ever figure out. So if that has happened with Buzz and they've gone to the bank and requested it back, I'm pretty sure he's paid it back.
I won't be surprised.
Because it's either pay it back or get your channel stricken. Because it was somebody that thieved the card, So they're going to pay it back.
And I've watched other YouTubers. Like I say, I'm a big fan of Tom Syndicate. He got caught up in something a while ago and he came forward, held his hands up, said, it was represented. I forgot what it was over now, but it was quite a big thing. But again, it worked its way out, solved it. He hasn't gone to prison. He hasn't, it's not some crime of the century. So it's just, like I said, these people just want to see people suffer. They're doing well. They're jealous and they want to see him suffer, and it's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. He's got a missus. He's got kids. Like, he's already fucking beating any of these people that are commenting in the chat because he's like, I've got no life but a computer.
Exactly. They're obviously obsessed with him. Buzz is obviously living in these people's heads. They're sad. They're absolutely sad. They've got nowhere to go. They don't know what to do with themselves. So they think, oh, I know. I'm just going to pick on this, troll these bloody live streams and pick on this person. Just real, honestly. Buzz is living in your head. Rather than getting out there, going enjoying yourself, finding a hobby, finding something fun to do, you just want to troll people. Excellent.
Yeah, it's sad.
Excellent.
Apparently, we're all jobless scammers. Okay, we're all jobless scammers. Yeah.
Well, and yet you're sat there watching us.
I've not got a job. I don't get paid by YouTube for one. The funniest thing is I get paid to sit here and talk. So it's fine by me.
These people are interacting and watching.
Yeah, so you're just boosting my ratings on YouTube. So thanks for paying me. You know, do you want to donate in the chat? It may as well be easy. You may as well come in, leave a £1 donation, and then fuck off again.
I love it. I love it. This is the funny thing. I've had a troll last few days leaving these comments. Oh, you live in a council, and the usual rubbish. And I said, and yet you're supporting me. Why are you supporting somebody you claim you do not like? And then he asked the same thing again. I'm like, I've just asked you a question. Why are you here? Like I said, that guy last night actually jumped on a live and had a decent conversation with us. Audit supported her. I don't care if he's against us. I respect him for jumping on and having a decent conversation with us. You lot hiding down there, do you want to come on? Do you want to come on and have a conversation with us? The link's there.
Do you want to come pinned in the chat. Link's pinned in the chat. Yeah. Come and have a
big deal is and what your issue is. I bet you don't. Let's see how many of them come on and have a decent conversation.
Just going back a couple of comments, it just goes to show.
I can put on a scam, and I bet you I'll win that one.
Just goes to show how much life these trolls have or not. If all they do is sit and troll like this, if they put this much effort into getting a proper job, they would do well. It's true. It's calling us jobless, but they clearly don't have a job because all they do is sit on a keyboard all day. Buzz said online live, his 15-year-old daughter walks about naked. That's why he wouldn't let the police in. Lol. Well, I don't know that Buzz is set out like that, and I'm not going to comment because that's just a bit weird.
Don't highlight it. Don't bring them. You know, don't highlight it. Giving them airtime unless they actually want to come on, but they won't.
Yeah, come on.
Ignore them unless they come on. Simple as that. Ignore them unless they actually come on.
Okay, there's a fake GMM in here. Oh my days, Julia.
Oh, Julia. See, and then we have sweethearts like that. Julia, I made you a mod today as well on my channel. Actually modded you up.
Julia.
I'm jealous. Everybody else has got you as a mod, so I modded you up today.
You are a legend. Yeah. Thank you for the £20 donation. F the trolls. That is right. F the trolls.
Stick that one's up your jackses.
But honestly, Julia, if you ever do donate again, to make sure that I get every penny that you're donating, because you don't want a big corporation like YouTube to take 45% of it. If you want all that money that you donate to go into my pocket for this YouTube world, then please donate to my PayPal rather than on YouTube. But thank you very much for the donation regardless. Thank you for that £20. I will spend £20 on a future video. I will spend that 20. I'll take the extra out of my pocket to put towards it.
I mean, this is what I'm saying, you know, it's not, you know, people are like, well, you shouldn't take money off everyone. And, you know, she's kind enough to, you know, donate to people she supports. That's her choice. We take that money. And then, like, we travel. Like I said, when I went to London the other day, they were about £100 £100, you know what I mean, for just to get there and back. So
That's
you
what
know,
I mean. It's a
it's
fucking
not cheap.
madness.
It's not cheap to get about. You know,
It's
other
not.
people are lucky enough to have a car. You know, I'd love to have a car. It's just it's so expensive. So expensive.
It's
So
like
just easier to-
it's like I'm not being funny, but right now I'm in a bit of a bad money situation. Right, I'm coming to 1 month. I'm switching jobs, so they're paying me, but then they're going to be paying me late because they have to include all my holiday pay and stuff like that. So I'm about 2 weeks out of money. I could have been coming on here today and beg, donate to my PayPal, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
The only time I've mentioned my PayPal is when Julia's donated on YouTube because YouTube take half of it. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't sit here and beg for money. AA boxing and blunts.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you all right.
Somebody just blocking my comments in the chat. I don't know why.
What is it you've said?
I
There
just
has
put
been some funny things going on these lives recently, like people
No,
getting timed out and it's no mods, or I don't know. Ryan should be able to see it if it's happening.
my first comment appeared and then the rest of them didn't. No, it's somebody put up a video and they exposed AB. They put up his name, pictures, his address and stuff. And then somebody found something about they're saying it's BuzzTech. Somebody got accused of involved in trying to raffle off a week in a hotel. And it was fake. The hotel came out and said, we're no link to this website. And the website was registered on a company called BuzzTech or something, and they put 2 and 2 together and they made a big. So that's where I think that's where everybody's coming to.
I think I've seen that article, and again, like I say, and I'm sure Buzz, whatever it's about, whatever's happened, I'm sure Buzz has resolved that. You know.
Yeah, I've just seen your comment. The reason it got deleted is I think it got misstepped for a troll comment because you said that BuzzTech has three eyes. He can read and drive. Because people are in the chat saying he reads whilst he's driving and trying to cuss him up. I think that's why it happened.
There's a lot of hate for BuzzTech on the last 2 weeks is kind of.
It's because he's doing so well. That's the bottom line. You can love him or hate him, just like Live Free, just like any of us. Buzz is doing amazingly well. He's come into this community and he's come in with an absolute shockwave. He's doing well with his audits. He's killing their lives. He's doing brilliantly. He really is. And I think people are they're very intimidated by him.
Yeah, I think YouTube takes 30%. It takes 45%.
45. Wow.
45. You only get 55% of everything that's donated in super chats.
Yeah, I think the thing with BuzzTech was like, he hates Alec Bell, do you know what I mean? But I think people were just like, oh, he's wasting his time constantly going on about it. But that's his passion. It's his channel.
Exactly. People can do what they want with their channel. If he's found a passion, and he is, if you take the time to listen to him talk, he's passionate about it. I've said it to him. Yes, he can drag it on a little bit. Sometimes when he grabs hold of something, he can go on a little bit and needs to learn to drop it. But if he's trying to get to the bottom of something, he will get to the bottom of it. He's not just fobbing us off with crap and then moving on. He's actually trying to uncover it and get to the bottom of it. And he'll get to the bottom of it. So he's not going to let this slide until he finds out. At the end of the day, he sees it that people are donating quite a lot of money to him, and he's been disingenuine with it. So I don't blame him for doing it.
Yeah, I think just it's because Live Free said to him, "Oh, you're taking donations and he's taking donations," and but that was it. It was a bitch between two guys. Two guys were having a bitch at each other. But then all Live Free's they get involved, and it just turned into picking a side. And I respect every single auditor, like everybody who audits. I don't particularly like every auditor. Like Dino's my favourite. Like I love. I just comes across as a genuine guy. Some auditors I watch their audits, but if I met them in a pub, I wouldn't buy them a pint.
So and I'm the same with you. I completely agree. I've not met everyone, and right now I can honestly say I support them for the content, what they do. You know, as an auditor, I genuinely support them. But as a person, I would say I dislike them because I don't know who they are. I haven't met them, but some people I don't get a good feeling from. Let's put it that way. But I watch and support every auditor. So
A few auditors in it that for a different reason. Like some auditors have been done, like the police have either went to jail for something they never did, or they feel like they're getting bullied by the police or harassed, or so that gives them a drive. Some people are just like, I was having this conversation the other day. There's no people who claim to be auditors. You can't be an auditor. You're a vlogger who then, when you get approached by the police, you audit. You don't go to a police station to audit a police station. You can't audit a police station.
That's why I say I'm a vlogger. I've said it from the start since coming on. I'm a vlogger. I get out there and I vlog, and then I've said when I'm auditing, when it doesn't have to be a police station. When I'm vlogging and I'm showing off a building, whatever town or whatever it might be, if someone comes out and approaches me and starts up an interaction, that then becomes an audit.
Yeah, you can't audit a building. You can only audit a person. Because the building's not going to. You can't ask a builder a question.
Exactly, that's it. You're right. You're spot on there. Yeah.
It's the same way. The amount of people, the amount of auditors I see, they'll go and they don't carry the memo. Like the actual memo.
I need to get myself one. I must admit, I've been meaning to get myself.
It's available online. You can just get a copy of it online. Like that would, but then again, as soon as you get that to the police, there's no interaction.
It don't mean no, does it?
Oh, no, I'm going to jump back in the chat, but no, I wasn't trolling. Just in case you thought I was trolling, I wasn't trying to troll.
Oh no, I've seen you're quite supportive towards us. So
I think at times it's very easily to mistake comments. You know, when you try and have a laugh in the chat back at a troll, and you just take the piss. Basically, I think sometimes some mods just read it the wrong way. So,
I don't audit them. What I do is after you audit the buildings, I phone the buildings up, I phone the councils, I phone the police, and I chase everything up. Like I chase everything up. When I see something that's wrong, I'll chase it up. I'll talk to like the other day was it buzzed on the Heineken factory. By the time that went live, I'd already phoned Edinburgh and spoke to one of the head bosses at the Edinburgh office of Heineken, and they told me like they were going to watch it live and speak to the security guard. Right. But it's the same thing. This is what I was trying to explain. People need to understand that public access, isn't it? Do you know, like on a build, say you go into like the factory or whatever, it can have a public path, but that isn't it can have a public path walking up to a fence, and then the path continue. That path isn't a public path. That's a private path open to the public only on request though. You have to be invited into the building.
I mean, it's like when I did that Kellogg's building, and there was the road and then obviously the fence, but it showed, like them painted white men's on the path, so you could walk through there and there was nothing stopping me. And then obviously there was a security hut and the barriers. So I walked through the fence, which potentially could have been walking onto private land, but it was still open to the public. You know what I mean? And in all fairness, I did leave. I went up to where I could, and then I walked out. So you know what I mean? It's a bit of a grey, rocky area between public and publicly accessible. So,
publicly accessible. A lot of people think that anything's publicly accessible if it's got a main office or it's got but that main office is only for appointments. Like you have to walk up to the security guard, he asks you your name, asks you why you're there, and then you go to the main office. You can't just walk straight into the main office like you can in a police station. So that means that path isn't, by law, that isn't publicly accessible. It's only publicly accessible by public who've been invited in on request or by appointment. So as soon as you cross that barrier, you are. But then again, you cross it till you see it, don't you?
It depends. So I mean, and it depends what your intentions are. Again, if you ask to leave, it's how you get approached, how the person, if they treat you with respect and say, "Excuse me, can you might, again, if you ask to leave, then sometimes you can leave." Like,
see, that's the thing as well. I always ask, like, no matter where I go and how it is, I always turn around and go, this is not count as public lands. Is this not under Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act, 1972? Rah, rah, rah. I always ask. I never come across and tell people, because if they say that this is only made public through invitation, then fair enough, and they're asking me to stand back behind whatever line it is. They're only open for people to, like you said, come up to the security office, then go through to a reception. If that's the only reason why that's open, then fair enough. I'd expect them to tell me that. That's why I always ask first. And I do put it across in a way like, is this not, and then, you know, after that point, if they decide to be, well, I'm a big cunt with a security jacket on, then that's what makes the video. You know, they make tits of themselves when all they have to do is really just be a bit more formal with it.
It's just, that's it. It's about how everyone carries themselves, you know, and that's what shows.
I think people just assume that private property can't be videotaped. You can't film even if you're on public. But what I notice a lot is when these audits are happening, people are on private property filming onto public property, which is actually illegal. If you're auditing a building and you're auditing a factory and one of the factory workers is inside the fence and they take out their phone and film you, they're technically breaking the law because they're filming on private property. They're actually inside private property filming onto public. So every time somebody films you, they're breaking the law. It's fun to watch, though. It's addictive, I've got to admit. Watching audits is addictive. But cheers. I'll go jump back in the chat.
Nice one,
All right. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
All right.
Very lots of misconstrued ideas. You can't film me without my permission. You're not allowed to film me, and just so
that is the most common one, that people think that in public, if you're, I'm not being racist in any way, shape, or form. Don't take this the wrong way. Anybody in chat, anybody, you know, when you see a foreigner taking a picture and you're in the background of that picture, you've looked round to see what they're doing. They're taking a picture of themselves in this city, wherever it may be. For them to be able to do that, and for them to be able to go around recording things, I've seen a lot of Chinese people do it where I used to live in Leicester, go around recording the whole city to show their family, right? So, you know, going from them doing it to us doing it, why is it suddenly that people will come out of the woodworks? One, you're filming my children. Two, you can't film me. You've not had my permission. You need my written permission. I don't know where that it comes from, where the foreigners can get away with it, but we can't. You know.
And like I said the other day, what I want to know is, going London, what is the difference between a Chinese person coming to London and standing outside Buckingham Palace and taking a picture, and me standing outside Houses of Parliament and taking a picture? What is the difference? There is none. There is none. I'm just as much as a tourist as they are.
And somebody just said in the chat, excuse me, is it because I'm black? If you are black, then fair enough. But if you're being racist against blacks, I don't appreciate it. I've got two mixed race kids. So no racist in the chat, please. Go find out where you fucking live and kick your teeth in. What? I said if you're being racist. I don't, honestly, when I was with my ex-missus...
Someone wound you up this week. Something happened. Come on, mate, let's spill the beans. Come on.
There's loads.
Get it out. Talk to us. That's why we're here. Let's talk. You don't have to go into, like, you know, detail.
There's loads of shit, mate. There's loads of shit, honestly. I feel like I've been took for a fucking mug this week, but, you know... but, yeah, things like that.
Virtual hug.
Yeah, I just have a zero tolerance for racism. If honestly, if I went out, I've been out. That's why that Tesco's video happened the way it did. I have zero tolerance for racism. Literally, as soon as I was with a big, like, as tall as fuck, can't miss him, big fuck off dreadlocks, black as the ace of spades, and he wouldn't mind me saying that either, right? And we walked in Tesco's. And as soon as we walked in, there was a young group of lads, three of them, teenagers. So I know it wasn't because we was young and the way we was dressed, because it was teenagers just ahead of us, dressed exactly the same, right? They walked in, they went and got sandwiches and stuff, and then they walked around the electricals bit, and then they went and paid for it, right? But whilst we was in there, we walked and done some actual shopping, right? And this security guard followed us. So, boom, you're on camera, mate. I fucking light you up, you cunt. Because I ain't having no racist security guards. What you think? Yes, car crash in the chat. Yeah, like I zero tolerance on racism. Zero tolerance. because I just it's just one
No,
thing that should be a
This
thing.
is what I mean. There's just too much already hatred in the world. Why make it worse? Oh, God, Julie, honestly.
Julia.
You've got to
Today
stop.
YouTube
You're
just
too
got-
kind-hearted. Whether you're rich or you're poor, you've got to
You know
stop.
what? Do you know?
You've got to stop, love, honestly.
I should donate it to my PayPal as well because I won't be surprised.
I know. Julie, I hope you, because it's not just obviously here, it's in every live, and it's like, come on.
Thank you
Come
very
on.
much, Julia.
You're so
Thank
kind.
you very much. To pay YouTube's cut. Oh my days, Julia. You are an absolute legend. And I tell you what, I'll give you a shout out in the next video that I record. Because I've got a couple recorded. And I might not remember to do it in the next video, but I will give you a shout out in a video. And anybody that donates through PayPal as well, anyone that does donate through PayPal, leave me a message of something you want to say in there, and I'll give you a shout out with that little message in the next video. And if you do want to buy the Ryan Rampage mug, then all you have to do is leave me your name and address.
Have you seen this, Ryan?
And £8.
Catwoman loves it when donations come in. You're so right, because do you know why? All his donations, they're mine. They're coming into my account. People on his live giving money to him, they're all coming to me, aren't they, Ryan? I'm having all that money, aren't I?
You wish.
My money, because you've got to pay. I mean, you're obviously paying me for being here, aren't you? You know, I'm waiting. You know, quid by the minute.
Yeah, well.
Oh, dear me, what are people's like? Why? What are you trying to achieve?
I've got that to my name. I've literally got 31 pence to my name.
Biker ready.
I might have to dip into some of my bill money to actually tide me over for a week. But yeah. Biker Ready's in chat.
I want to come over and give you a hug. He's not really down and out.
Oh, I've just had a really long week, and I thought I was losing touch a bit with the subscribers, and I was still gaining subscribers even though I've not done a live. Yeah. So
it is tough going.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd do a live quickly today. Mostly I've got 40 pence.
It's not even Tuesday.
I know. I just thought I'd jump on before anybody else does, because normally people go live around 7, 8 o'clock. So I thought, 6 o'clock.
Why not? That's what I thought last night. I did a quick live. I went on about 6, and I was on till about bloody 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, what did I leave in your car? Oh, I left something in his car. Hold on. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it. Oh,
your undies. Did you leave your undies?
No, I've got a little something, but I'm obviously not going to say on the live. I've got a little something that he gave me, and I forgot.
Oh, next time, but you'll meet up again. Did you have? So what did you do then? Just go for a drive, or you have a good day?
We went for a day out. It was a good day out as well. I brought him out of his shell a bit.
Nice
obviously,
car crash. Nice. I hope, like I say, I was asking him yesterday, is he starting? Are you going to help him get his channel up and going now? Because
yeah. Like I say, I'm willing to help him get a channel up there if he ever wants to do it on a channel itself. But we got a couple of wavy people driving, so he recorded them on his dash cam, swerving around the roads and stuff. So, but no, yeah. I just threw you a drink in your paper. Is it going?
Angel Wings is in the house. Hello, Angel Wings.
Into the arms of the carers.
So my first video of the week has gone up as well. If anybody wants to check that out later, it's just gone up.
Yeah, make sure. I think a lot of people in this chat are actually subscribed to both of us. I think I've seen them commonly on yours and commonly on mine. So yeah, Tim Draycott, thank you very much for the donation into our PayPal. Bless up, my man. Bless yourself in the chat. Bless up. Everyone just bless up Tim for a second in the chat. And obviously Julia, because she's just a legend regardless. She knows she's blessed in this community.
I love that. Catwoman, why don't you work? You seem fit and healthy. It's a bit of a cheeky comment, that, isn't it, really? It's a bit of a dig and a bit of a compliment as well. So I don't know how to take that one. I'm not fit and healthy. I try to be, but the amount of junk food I eat. I literally am from London.
You got them in London?
London. Pizza Pringles.
Come on, you can go to a major city. You can go to Manchester and get them.
Oh, I know. But it's like in London at Hyde Park, there's this like massive candy shop. And it's like, you know what I'm like. I'm just a bloody child when it comes to shit like that. Droning like a moth to a flame.
Oh, I don't know. Kids.
Kids. When I haven't got Rebecca with me, I swear to God, I just go wild. And it's like, I can be a big kid. All I want. So what?
Oh, mad. Live recording CCTV for DWP. Answer the question, Cat. CT. So I'm obviously meaning you.
Answer what question?
They say you're fit and healthy to work. You can't keep off work for eating crisps.
I love how these people presume I'm not working. That's the thing. They all come in here saying, get a job. I'd like to know where they're getting their information from, about where I live, what my life away from YouTube is. I'd love to know.
See, all I can say, right, guys, is how can I afford to do what I do, bearing in mind today is the first day I've had a ton of donations in one live stream. Under the blood red sky, the Birmingham Six were released after spending years in prison for a crime they did not commit. I've heard something along that. I'm gonna read into that and probably do a story on it on my channel. And obviously, if anyone else does a story, I'll probably mirror it instead. By that time, but I do need to research into that so I know what I'm talking about.
Interesting, that.
But yeah, thank you for the $5. Is that?
Is Irish.
It's come under euro. Thank you for the €5. Under the blood red sky. Big yourself up, mate. But yeah, honestly, like it's just a mad one, really. People are going to say, like, next time I come on live or something, I'm going to be begging for donations. I guarantee you now, because I've had such a good live stream with donations today. Wow. I know for a fact that that's what's going to be said.
Don't matter, does it? We're thick as planks, aren't we? We don't let anything go through us anymore. We're thick-skinned, and it's like,
that's it.
I've been doing this.
I've had to grow a bit of a beard just to have a bit of a thicker skin, you know.
I think I might try. I feel left out, all these bearded guys going around. Do you think I suit one?
Just get one of them fake ones from Pound Shop or something, wouldn't you? Just stick it on. That's what mine is. It doesn't even grow properly. It's horrible. Thanks, Angel Wings. I'm trying to keep up with the comments the best I can, guys. Sorry.
Terry, one's just gone up today, just now, my first one. So I'm going to have ones coming out majority this week anyway, depending how long they'll each last. So one's just gone up today if you want to go and check that out.
Oh. But yeah, guys, you got to think, you know, if we post every single day, does that mean we're out recording every single day?
Like I say, I said this, went to London one day, full filming, got enough footage to do me over the week. You know what I mean? I could have just broken it all down, messed around with it, and put it all in one like quite long vlog, which I usually do. I was going to put a premiere up. I was going to, like I did when I went to London before, I was going to put like about half an hour to an hour long. But people don't like tend to watch them when they're that long. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to break it down this time, and I'm going to put like 10 minutes up a day, something like that, of little bits and bobs that we did throughout the day.
Yeah, I mean, your Manchester ones that you split up did well as well. I noticed it, like, that there was a couple of Manchester ones that came out, like, sort of together. Well, one day apart, I think. And, yeah, it was like part 1, part 2. And they'd done quite well, to be fair. Yeah. And you split them up. So it was like you left them sort of on a cliffhanger sort of thing.
That's it. That's what I mean. The cliffhanger ones. And obviously, I put a teaser up the other morning because, like I say, what my plan, as I say, what my plan was, we'll go to London for a day, get back, do my editing, and rather than go live on Sunday, we're going to put a premiere up instead of, like I said, a nice video. But because obviously things that happened, I didn't get back and whatnot. It didn't. I just thought this way. I'll put a little montage. It was like a montage, 2-minute montage, and everyone's like, "You bloody tease," you know what I mean? Because the last bit at the end shows where we're putting cuffs. That's going to be right at the end of the week. Now I'm going to leave that and put all my other footage up, and then. Because it's coming out in order of what I did it in as well.
Well,
you know
that's
what I mean?
it.
It's coming out in actual order of what we did throughout the day. So
I try and do that with audits. If I go out filming for a day and I get 5-6 audits done in one day, genuinely, I literally post them as I've recorded them. So then, as I'm editing them and going along and putting them up, I'm scheduling them at the same time. So I'll edit, upload, schedule, edit, upload, schedule to be released, and I do that like obviously around work and stuff like that, so then it keeps me in an order, so then I know exactly what I'm doing.
And that's what I mean, and I've said this before, I don't want to like a backlog of videos. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to build up. I want to be able to get footage out there, delete it, then get more footage out, and then that way I can go out and film again and do it that way.
Okay, thank you. Ryan just watched the job centre. Well done, mate. Yeah. Didn't realise she was a Karen, but her actual name was fucking Karen. Imagine if I'd done a BuzzTech then. Imagine if I just took a little hint from BuzzTech and gone, "Is your name Karen? Is it Karen?" She would have started to ignore me then, because she would have knew what I meant. And she would have gone, "Oh, my name is fucking Karen." And she was a fucking Karen. But yeah, even the security guards joined in then. Like, they didn't realise I was I think one of the security guards realised I was secretly recording with my little GoPro. And then as soon as I've pulled out, I've put that away, I've pulled out my phone and I've started recording my phone. He's like, "No, can you not?" I was like, "Yeah, because I can."
That's it. I think I want to do some more cover filming now. It's like, that's what they want. They don't want us to be blatantly obvious about what we're doing, that we're going out recording. They don't want that. They want us to be sneaky and sly about it, which is more suspicious, if you ask me. Don't make sense.
Oh, and car crash. Speaking of car crash, has just literally donated £10 to my PayPal as well.
See, there we go, more money for me. Thank you, guys. I absolutely love you. Thank you for all this money.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. He said, "Don't say who it's from, mate."
Oh, you done it again.
Sorry.
You done it again.
I didn't read your message first.
Oh. Hello.
I tell you what. You've got a cup, mate. You've got a cup. There you go. You've got a cup. Next time I see you, you can have one of the Ryan Rampage mugs. There you go. Oh, my days. Who's she on the phone to now? Oh, big up the BuzzTech. I swear I had a raid from him earlier. Is he going to jump on?
Mate, I'm just going to jump off. I'll jump back on in a minute, okay? I'm just going to chat to Buzz. All right, I'll be back on in a minute.
Is Buzz going to jump on?
I don't know. I'm going to see what he's up to.
All right, no
back in a minute, guys.
But yeah, guys. There's always a Karen in these audits. Oh yeah, there's always a Karen. But I need to come up with a male name for Karens, like the male version. You know, so then I can call them that to the face, and they ain't gonna know who I'm on about. Should be a Kieran. Was a Kieran too common? I don't know. I don't want to offend too many people. How much is the mug? Basically, you can own this mug. If you're donating to my PayPal, just £8 with your full address, so I can send it to you. Your name and full address, so I can put that on the senders or receivers. So it's addressed to you as a person. It'll have your name and address. And yeah, donate £8 to the PayPal. That's all the mug cost, £8 in the PayPal. Put your name, put your address, and then I'll have it sent to you. I'll go down to my local post office and I'll send it to you. If it costs me a couple of quid more than £8, it doesn't bother. Doesn't bother me. But obviously the cups cost money. Then the postage cost money. That's why it's a bit mad. Gentlemen UK audits. Yo, dude. PNP £15. Postage and packaging £15. I don't think it's that much. I think it's down to the weight and stuff. I think I can get away with a couple of quid. I don't think it's that much. People sell mugs and stuff online all the time. I don't think it is that much. If it is, then I might have to shut down my merch business before it ends. And again, right there, guys, right there, just on the nose, you've got to the second best good-looking YouTube, second best looking YouTuber is £30 from Julia. Big up Julia in the chat. Come on, I want you to make some noise in the chat for Julia right now, because she's donated on stream. She's donated in my PayPal. She is an absolute legend. Absolute legend in the game. Absolute legend. Big up Julia in the chat, please, guys. Tim Draycott, that's too cheap. Well, I've got it a thing where I know how much the mugs cost me. And roughly I know how much the postage is so far, roughly around £3.50, £4 most places. So with that included in the price, it's roughly either going to earn me a 50p to a pound, or it's going to charge me 50p or a pound. Now that I can afford to do. I don't want to be charging some knockoff prices and trying to earn money. I want you guys to celebrate with me. You know, that's I'm not trying to make tons of money off YouTube. It's not what I'm about. If I make money off it, then pleasure. But like I say, £8 is the requirement for it. If you ever want to pay any more, like round it up to a tenner if you like, whatever. If you ever want to pay any more, then that is down to you guys. But yeah, £8 and your address, and you can have a mug sent to you. But yeah, thank you for the donations, guys. It has been amazing. This has been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe how mad tonight is. Oh, I can't believe it. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But yeah. Wow. Julia is the bomb. Yeah, Julia is the bomb. Ryan, when you come in London, bro? Bro, honestly, I swear down, guys, I want to go London soon. I really want to go London, right? But I'm meant to be taking a missus there. So I've kind of got to go London either twice in 1 month or with the missus and a longer stay. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I am planning to come London. I've been in London for a weekend before. It was absolutely awesome. But I am looking to go for a bit longer down London. So, yeah. Yeah, if you want to meet up, mate, meet up. My email's on my YouTube page. You can find that. Obviously, it doesn't get spammed as much as I thought it would as soon as I posted it. But it doesn't get spammed. But yeah, let me know, obviously, who you are when you email me. And yeah, we'll arrange something, mate. We'll get in contact and arrange something. Banbury. Where's Banbury? Banbury. I don't know where Banbury is. Ask Kat how close you are to everything. I bet you're close to everything. Middle of it all. The hashtag BuzzFam is everywhere. Yes, the hashtag BuzzFam is everywhere. Yes, I love the fact that he's come through with you guys from his channel, from gaming. If you've come all the way from gaming and you're about still supporting like BuzzTech and supporting all of us at the same time, big up, respect to you guys. Big up and respect to you guys. Yes, what's that? Are you shocked I've got a partner? Hey.
And that partner is not me.
Yeah. Master Ron, then she can film you being detained under Section 43. See, I've still not had that used against me. Now, this is the thing. I've got a video coming up that I've took a lot of editing to, and you guys really need to let me know if you like the way I've edited this video, because I had a cameraman, right? It was car crash. He is a legend. He took me there. He helped me film, and he was basically like behind the scenes sort of cameraman, right? But even he had James Cricket just need none of your business to pop in now. Yeah, it'd make my donations go crazy. Yeah, literally, Section 43 was used against my cameraman, but not me.
I had Section 47.
Section 47, what's that?
Yeah, you go into that one. You go into that one. Well, apparently Bannerman spoke to me today, and he was like, that doesn't even exist anymore. It's 47A, but 47 got abolished. So nice one, Buzz.
Buzz, jump on if you're jumping on.
He's on a mission. He's always on a mission, innit?
He's always on a mission, yeah. Yeah, big up BuzzTech in the chat. Yes, definitely. Oh, here we go.
Buzz Raid.
Biker ready.
Hey, hello.
Hey. Yeah, I do want to explain it, Bike. I do want to go through everything we went through last night.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I don't think I've got the time.
Shall we just leave Ryan to do that one himself?
Yeah, when Kat put up a 2-minute clip, I came on a live last night and said, I'm sure I've heard you got arrested under Section 47. And then it sort of progressed from there. I did some research and found out Section 47A, because 47 don't exist, like you just said. Found 47A, and that does not apply to what they did with Kat.
It's very similar to Section 43. It is very similar, but yeah, it's just the crap they make up. Just the absolute crap they make up. Simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. How you doing, Ryan? Because I've not seen you around for a bit, mate.
Yeah, we were just saying that.
I'm all right. Yeah. I've been about. I've just not been live because it's just been a lot of stuff was said behind the scenes. A lot of things are happening privately with me as well. I had literally for the past week or so, I've had so much going on. It's been mad. And literally I've had these cups even sat in my front room for about a week. You know, I was meant to do all this a lot earlier, but I've just been so busy with so many different things. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm back now. Hopefully I'll be able to do a few more lives here and there. But yeah, it's been a crazy one. I've been very emotional off YouTube as well. So
Right,
yeah.
is it? Well, I'm not even going to ask you, mate. That's your.
Yeah, it's up to
a lot
you.
of family things going on. So
Yeah, understand that, mate.
yeah.
Family first. That's it. Yorkshire Tyke. No, I'm not still reading Section 47 from last night.
Still going over it. Is this right? Can't be right.
I did go through it again early on this morning.
Dedication.
I did. I went back to it and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm all right in what I was saying.
This is how much support we've got. We put up the videos and then we leave things like this to people like Eddie who wants to take it on his own back and do it himself. How great is that?
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. I'm just gonna pop for a fag, but I'll be listening.
Yeah. All right.
Everyone always ditches us on the line. Like, so
literally, I've been on for an hour and I can't smoke inside.
Quick,
so
doesn't it?
You can't smoke inside. I've been watching you.
Yeah, I went for 7 hours last night, biker. Right. 7 hours.
I know. I noticed.
Not quite as long as Dino, but got nearly.
Yeah, you said last night, I'm not stopping on too long. Yeah, I think I went about 10 o'clock, something like that. And I saw how long you were actually on for this morning. It's 7 hours plus. I think, Jesus. Yeah,
it's tough. It's good in one ways, but so mentally draining in others. You know what I mean? But I do enjoy them. I prefer, like I've said it over and over again. I do prefer to do videos rather than lives, but it's good to just vent and get stuff off your chest to people and have a good natter with people.
Yeah, I mean, I like coming on lives because you can have good conversations, everything else, and the time flies. So I can understand where 7 hours goes when you've got a good subject to talk about. Yeah,
it really does go. I can't just sitting here because at one point I couldn't spend more than 5-10 minutes on phone with people. And since doing this, it's like literally talking to so many great people for hours on end. It's mad, absolutely mad.
Yeah, like I say, I love coming on lives. It's good. You know, you can be saying, which I'm not often serious. In all honesty, I mean, I go on Dino's on a Friday, and I just really fucked that up for him, really. But
it's just like to go in and wind him up. Everybody loves to wind Dino up.
But that's what I tend to do on a Friday. If there's you know, a subject comes up that is serious, then I can change. I mean, like last night, your subject. I mean, I got really involved with that big time.
And I appreciate that so much. I really do. It means a lot.
But yeah, I've got two sides to me. You know, I've got the daft side and the proper side.
Sometimes I look at it and I think, you know what, it weren't a big deal. It's right. I'll just drop it. I'll just leave it. But then that's the thing, innit? They're going to keep doing it and getting away with it. And now, and like with what you've said and other people have said and all the support I've got, I'm like, no, I actually want to take this further. I actually want to do something about this now. It has to stop.
If you've been done wrong by somebody official, then you can't just let it go. You can't, even if it's just, you know, a written complaint, then like I said last night, it's going to be logged because there's been a complaint made. They can't get rid of that complaint. They can't bin it. It's there.
Yeah,
it goes against their stats and everything else that are released every year, you know, to say which police force has got the most complaints, blah, 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 and everything else. So everything is logged. It's going to be on record.
Yeah. And it,
I mean,
and it will look, you know, like you say, if I will email you. I will get round to doing it.
Yeah, no
and
rush.
you know, something that goes against, you know, like that. I'm a strong worded letter. You know, at the end of the day, they put a tourist in cuffs. At the end of the day, that's the bottom line to it. You know what I mean? It looks bad on them for tourists, doesn't it?
Oh, without a doubt.
So, you know, just illegally putting a tourist in cuffs for absolutely no reason. Ridiculous. Just angers me.
But in my eyes, if you're walking around the area like you were, all them landmark buildings, everything, you know, you've got a camera. To me, that says, oh, that's a tourist.
Exactly.
Like, you might have
That's
been
it.
able to speak a word of English, not understood English laws or anything like that. Would they still done the same to you if that were the case? I doubt it very much.
No, exactly. And if it does go forward, I will be asking that question of what is the difference between someone from China coming over and standing there and taking a picture of Buckingham Palace, or me stood outside bloody Westminster Abbey taking a picture. What is the difference? None whatsoever.
None at all.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I was saying earlier. Like I think of back when I was working in Leicester and I was working within the city centre, and you had all these tourists. You had not just the tourists as well. You had the people from the university, because it is a big main university that we've got in Leicester, the Montfort University. You probably see it advertised on your TV. You know, so you got people travelling from all over the country and just walking around, video recording the city, saying, "Look, Mum, this is where I am. Look, family, this is where I am."
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people from America as well, like, oh yeah, look at this English cities. This is how they are. You know, so it's just, so why can't we do it if we travel to a different city, for instance?
You know, Batman Island, like the way they do here, somewhere else. You know what I mean? There's a guy. What's he called? And he lives in, is it Tokyo or Japan, one of them? And he's always live streaming around the place, walking through shopping centres. Nobody bothers him. You know what I mean? So, it's mad.
Yeah, that's it.
But like you were filming MI5 building, you know, you were in Vauxhall and everything else. How many films have you seen that has portrayed that building? There's plenty of films out there that have portrayed the MI5 building.
It's true.
So people have seen it on TV. They're going to come and have a look in real life.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's it. It's a really nice looking building. And to be honest with you, it was all shut. It was quiet. There was nobody there. There was lots of construction going on. There's a bit of a construction site going on. But it was a magnificent building. It really was. Yeah. And who wouldn't want to take pictures and film it?
Yeah. I mean, take Emmerdale Farm. That's filmed not too far away from me. Right, people go up there, they see it on TV, they go up, and they actually
visit that location.
Film that location. Yeah. All right, so it's on a set now within grounds, but originally it was in an actual village. And people used to go to that village, just still do. There is a pub there still called the Woolpack, and people go. So what is the difference? None whatsoever.
And it's same with Coronation Street, you know, the Media City, that is the old one and the new one. People go there, and it's not like you can bloody see much. You can't really see into it because of the size of walls, but people still go there and visit it because that's the location of an iconic soap. So, yeah,
I think what they were getting at, Kat, in all honesty, you're filming MI5 building and you're showing the world where it actually was. That's what we're wrong with them.
I don't know. Madness. What goes through people's minds, I have no idea.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? But I'm just gonna pop out for a few minutes.
But again,
I'm sorry.
I definitely won't pay your royalties now. Come on, man, pop up. All these donations coming in.
I know. Honestly, apologise if anyone joins whilst I'm going to be away. Is it all right if you two carry on?
If you don't mind us and people in the chat don't. I know.
If you say no, then I'm going to have to abruptly end the live stream. I don't want to do that to the fans.
So you want us to carry on for you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I shouldn't be too long. Long.
I'll bob my PayPal and comments, mate. You can pay me, okay?
Yeah, put it in a private chat, mate. Put it in a private chat.
I will,
I'll
mate.
send you a couple pence.
Yeah, It's got to be 3 figures on it.
3 figures. Yeah. £3.33.
See, this is the life of a YouTuber. You're right. We're just a bunch of beggars, aren't we? That are a lot of us.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I've got someone coming to pick me up in a couple of minutes. So yeah.
Somebody's picking you up, so you're doing one.
Yeah, somebody's coming to pick me up, to take me somewhere, to get someone to come back. To yeah, it's a confusing one.
Right.
How long's that going to take?
I'm literally driving down somewhere, picking something up, and coming back.
Oh, okay. Sounds very fishy, hush, hush. See, you know, I'm going to see a dog about a man and a dog and all that lot.
I'm going to pick the missus up from work.
There we go. Get there in the end. Simple.
So I've just got a lift to do that. So you lot take pictures and videos for commercial gain. They don't. How is it commercial gain? This is what I don't understand. We're not commercially advertising anything. We are earning money off it, but how does it count as commercial gain?
Don't give them more time, honestly.
I just don't understand.
They haven't got a foggiest. They really don't.
So
They'll say anything. They'll say anything to pull apart. We can win £1 million, donate it all to charity, or don't give it to Omelette, and someone will come along and say, "Why now did you do that? Did you claim that? Did you? You know, somebody will always post something that we do apart."
It's like Live Free mentioned. If anyone wants to do what I do within the auditing community or whatever, or and donate to the homeless and do this and do that, he's fully welcome in it, this, that, and the other. And he had to say that. He felt like he had to say that anyway. And the fact that I went out a couple of weeks later, filmed the homeless and gave them food and spoke about what it's like on this side of the country, you know, in different cities to what Live Free's done. Apparently, I was just copying Live Free for views and money off YouTube when I wasn't, because it didn't even bang that well, and I got so much hate for it. That's why I didn't do it. I just feed the homeless on like in my own time. Brian, are you a Leicester City football fan? No, I'm a Man United football fan, but I'm from Leicester.
Right, we'll not get into football, Ryan.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, so I shouldn't be long. And when I come back, I might have some more news.
Intriguing.
Very interesting. Leaving us on a cliffhanger there, Ryan.
Yes, so stay tuned, guys. Even if these guys bore you, stay tuned.
Yeah, we're going to bore you to death now. See you soon.
That sounds like your lift, mate. I've just heard the horn go.
Yeah.
There we go. So, what do you want to talk about?
Let's put it down to chat. Let's see what they want to talk about, and we'll do it.
How can we ruin Ryan's live stream whilst he's gone? How can we mess this up terribly?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Hello, Staffordshire. Evening.
What
can we do? James, James, you'd have a good idea of what to do. Come on, what can we do to mess this live stream up for him?
Car crash, you met another Man United fan while you were out. So that's two then, isn't it?
Eddie, would you ever show your face?
If we met in person, yeah. I can't put my face online.
You can't put your face in the fact. Just personal, or you just don't want to, or
it's not personal. It's not a personal issue. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough.
If we met up in real life, then yeah, that'd be fine. But I won't let you film it.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
You'd have to blur me out, but face to face, I won't have an issue with it. But I'm not putting my face online. I can't.
Yeah. See, it'd be weird, isn't it? Because it's like if we went somewhere and we crossed paths, you'd know who I were, but I wouldn't know what you look like. So you'd have to come over to me to say hello, and then I'd have to guess who you were.
You'd recognise you straight away from the voice.
Start trying to figure out, right, I speak to about 1 million people on YouTube. Which one are you?
Yeah, you'd recognise my voice straight away, without a doubt.
I don't know, because to be honest with you, when I met UK Meet the Tyrants, I thought I would with him, and I didn't. I actually did not recognise him. So
Yeah, he's from
he's
my
got
neck.
quite an
Yeah, he's got
Go on.
similar accent, hasn't he? He's from my
Yeah.
neck at once. I don't think he's as broad as what I am, but yeah, similar accent.
Yeah, quite sharp.
But yeah, if I come up and tap you on the shoulder, you know it's me.
Yeah, that's it. It's mad when I sort of like, obviously when I'm out and about now, and it's happening a little bit more. People going, Catwoman, Catwoman. It's like, is it just a viewer? Have I actually been on a live stream with you? Are you another YouTuber? You know what I mean? And I don't want to say, who are you? You know what I mean? So don't want to do that. They're good enough to recognise me. So I kind of want to like, yeah, what's your name? Have you got a channel, sort of thing, try to suss him out.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a channel, but there's no content on it.
Well, that's it. I mean, yeah, you're on YouTube at the end of the day, so yeah, technically, you are a content creator. You're just doing it on other people's channels.
Yeah.
If you want to put it that way.
Yeah, piggybacking. That's what I'm doing.
You're getting famous off our lives.
Yorkshire type. There's no way is my accent a whole accent. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Oh, thanks, James. Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it yesterday. It was quite good. Some interesting people on, some interesting conversations. Yeah, no trouble. So yeah, it's really enjoyed it. I'm still waiting for you to come on, James. Though that'd make someone's life when he comes on one time. Like with Eddie, you don't have to show your face. Just come on and say hello, give us a joke, and then jump off again.
Yeah, come on. Come on live.
See, everybody wants him to. There's a few people I'd love to have him on here. I am auditing Britain. We are auditing Britain. I actually thought it sounded like Matt 1218. To be honest with you, James, I thought it sounded like Matt.
Yeah, I think Bannerman even mentioned that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He were on somebody's live, and he says to me, "Are you Matt 1218?" I went, "Why do you say that?" He says, "Because you sound the same as him." I says, "No, mate, no, I'm not at all. We know what Matt 1218 looks like."
Yeah.
I think I've got about 15 years on Matt, so there's no way that's me.
It's mad though. This is what it is though with these lives. Anybody could be just anyone. You know what I mean? We just haven't got a clue. People typing away in the chat, and and we just haven't got a clue. Before we know, AB could be some famous bloody celebrity. You know what I mean? That's why I don't want to show. We just don't know. We genuinely don't know.
I mean, when you look at these auditors that go around that don't show the face, you know instantly who they are just by the voice. You can recognise that voice anywhere.
Yeah.
Even if they're in somebody else's live, you know who's there. Like Saturday, retirement finders court case. I knew who were there, but you couldn't see them, but you could hear them. So I knew who were there at that particular time.
Yeah.
So you get to recognise the voices.
That's it. It's like, I swear when I did that live last week with UK Meet the Tyrants, and obviously I didn't show his face, and I think within about 5 seconds, Michael went, "Is that UK Meet the Tyrants with you?" I'm like, "God, Michael, we could have just waited for a bit. I wanted people to try and guess and whatnot, but give it away within about 5 seconds." So yeah.
Come on, chat. Let's have a topic we can discuss.
Give us a topic. What any questions or any thing you want us to talk about until the Rampage gets back? Don't want to bore people to death, which I usually do anyway because I waffle on rubbish.
Right, I'll be back in a sec. Just need to nip it low.
Oh God, I'll be left on my own.
Yeah, I've run out of pads, so I've got to go. Won't be long.
Last night I watched you with my daughter, so 63-year-old and 22-year-old watch old Catwoman. Oh. What do you mean? Watch one of my videos with your daughter. Savage audits. Section 40. You want to talk about section 47? I always feel weird. Like I could do these lives on my own, no problem. Like on mine, if I want to go on my own, then I end up doing them on my own. That's fine. But when I'm on someone else's live stream and I'm on my own, I feel a little bit more self-conscious. It's like, why am I sat on somebody else's live stream by myself? It feels so not right. It's like I should not be here doing this. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I say, I'm not one for these. Going solo. That's it. I think they do it on purpose. They always do it to me. But I'm not one for these these StreamYards. In all fairness, I'd much rather go out and do a video and put a video up. But it is what it is. Like I say, it is good to come on, interact with the viewers. Find out what people think and talk to people. Really good.
I'm back.
Ryan wants the kick. Yeah, I'll give him a kick for you, Yorkshire. I'll give him a kick. Kick up the backside. He should be back soon. I know where I'm thinking if he's going. He says he's going to pay 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. I don't think it's far.
And he's just put a comment up. Well, he must have put that while having a pee. Do you know my voice? Well, yeah, of course I do.
What did BuzzTech want you for? No, it was just kind of giving me an heads up on something. It was just giving me an heads up on something that had been told. No, nothing real. Nothing to worry about. So.
Well, after Dino's Friday night, Cindy, I'm about to recognise your voice anyway, mate.
It was a good live on Friday, weren't it? Really good. It was funny just jumping between the streams and.
Oh, that was hard work, but it was good.
Yeah, really good. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, with time delay and everything else, so we're baffling in the Indies chat. Say what's going to happen next, everything else. How the fuck did you know that? And yeah, it was funny as hell.
I would just like going and pulling Dino to bits, giving away trade secrets. Susie's like, have you got any dirty secrets on Dino? And I'm like, yeah, he likes the occasional cheeseburger, pulling his leg. Because I know he weren't there to see it, so.
Yeah, I like Dino. Great guy. I'd love to meet him. Definitely.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think there's anything I can fault about, apart from the fact that he needs more sleep. There's nothing I can fault him on.
Yeah. We're of a similar age, you know what I mean? There's only a few years between us.
Right.
And yeah, I think we get on like an house on fire if we met.
Yeah,
definitely.
you would. Yeah, I think it's such an easy guy to get on with. Me and him share a birthday. Do you know that? Same birthday.
Right.
Same day, same birthday. But I only just found that out. So he's got a daughter called Rebecca as well. So it's crazy.
Yeah, my daughter's called that as well. Well, that's a middle name, but
it's a nice name, Rebecca. My favourite was Jessica. We already had a Jessica at family, so I went for Rebecca. 16 soon. 16. Sweet 16 coming up, guys. Mad. Oh, time has flown by.
yeah.
Well, it feels like only just yesterday she started school and now she's like off to college. Cannot believe it.
Now time starts to fly, Kat. Believe me, it starts to fly.
It has. Yeah, it has done. This is what I mean. It's like blinking a year's over with already.
Wait, I remember my daughter's prom when she left school and my son's prom. And he went into army, she became a paramedic, blah, blah, blah. Next thing, I've got 4 grandkids.
4. I don't want to be a grandma.
Oh, honest, Kat. It's the best thing in the world being a grandparent.
Maybe when I'm old,
Honest,
maybe in years to come. But right now, it's like, Rebecca, whatever you do, do not get pregnant, please. Not yet.
Well, no, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Get a career in front of it or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
But oh god, when your own children are born, you know, it's out of this world. But when your children
Being a
produce grandchildren,
Yeah,
that is a feeling
next
that
level.
you can't describe.
Mm.
You cannot describe that.
I
It's
must
just
admit, it was like becoming an auntie as well. Like, that's quite an exciting thing when my brother had a baby. So it's, I don't know if it's on the same scale as that, but yeah.
I became an uncle, and you know, it didn't change much. Not for me, anyway.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
it's not. I know what you mean. Yeah, it is same, but it's exciting for it. But it's like you could be the fun, cool auntie. My nephew's a little Torag, so
yeah. Susie and I, you can't beat me. I've got 8. That's fair enough. I don't think my kids are going to go anymore. They've got a boy and a girl each, and that's it. And both my grandsons at the same age, and they were both born on the same day, I think it was an hour and 20 minutes apart. So
wow.
that I wish they'd put money on that one, but yeah, that is superb.
Families there.
Yeah.
Christmases must be mental because it's like I'm quite grateful I've got a tiny family because it's obviously easier. But you know, these people who I know who've got like 10 brothers and sisters and a massive family. It's like, how do you manage birthdays and Christmases?
No, Christmases
I
are
couldn't do
fine
it.
because not, you know, like Christmas Day, we'd either have my daughter and her partner and kids around, or we'd have my son, or vice versa. We just swap it Boxing Days. Then what we do New Year's Eve, we tend to get them all together, and we do New Year's Eve together.
Yeah,
that's what we tend to do. What the hardest thing is, because both the boys were born on the same day, obviously they're going to do their own birthday thing and everything else.
Yeah.
It's splitting yourself between the two because it always happens on the same bloody day. And trying to get them to have like a joint birthday thing, it don't work anymore. It did when they were tots, but it don't work out.
They're their own people. We're like, I don't want to do that for my birthday.
Yeah, so it's hard work. But yeah, I mean, I can see me being a great grandparent. I can see it happening. Yeah,
wow.
I can see it happening. I mean, the boys are 13 now.
Wow.
I mean, so I'm a young granddad, basically.
Right.
Oh, I mean, my grandma's still alive. She's 96.
Oh, wow.
So I've got 5 generations in my family at the moment.
Good. It's awesome that, innit? When you take a picture with all the generations in.
Oh yeah, we've got plenty of them. I'll tell you.
We've got that.
Yeah.
Nice,
I've only got
generation.
I've only got one sister, and I've only got one niece, and that's it.
Mm.
But yeah, I've got how many cousins? 3, 4. Got 4 cousins.
Mm-mm.
2 of them live in Canada.
Oh wow, nice.
I've got my auntie. She's in Australia.
Oh, blooming heck. Spread out.
Yeah, it's very spread out.
We're in Australia.
She's in Sydney.
Oh, nice.
She's moved all over. I mean, she started off when she left school. She became a school teacher. She trained as that. She became a school teacher. Oh, we're going back to probably late 50s, early 60s. And then in early 70s, she emigrated to Fiji Islands to teach there.
All right. Nice.
And she started teaching there. Then she went on to New Zealand. Then she went to Australia. And she did all the teaching there and everything else. And then in part-time work, she used to do editing. She used to edit books for different authors and what have you, whether they be fiction, non-fiction. She used to do all that, and that sort of turned her life around, and she ended up doing that full time. And she made a hell of a lot of money by doing that. Then she came back to this country around about 93, bought an house in Yorkshire Dales, carried on doing her editing, everything else. But she couldn't acclimatise back into this country. It was too cold for her. Even in summer, it was too cold for her. So selling back up and going back to Australia. And she's,
Wow.
I think she's 79 now, and she's still working. She's still auditing, doing the book auditing.
It's
But
good,
yeah,
that. It's really,
yeah.
do you ever get a chance to go out there and visit?
I've only ever been once. I think
Wow.
I'm
Long
about
trip,
17.
innit? Long trip.
I can't remember much of it, to be honest. I think I
Yeah.
was 17 at the time. I think there were 3
Wow.
stops involved.
Do you not miss them?
I
Do they come
suppose
over here as well, or
no, she's too old
No.
really to travel at the
No.
moment. You know,
Dominic? I'm sure.
I suppose when I was younger, yeah, you do miss them, but
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
you've got the the
talk a lot.
technology. Now we've got the technology that we've got now. You know, we could do live screens, live face to face and everything else. So it's a lot better. But yeah.
What about the ones in Canada? Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there plenty of times.
Love to go Canada. I mean, I'd
Love it.
like to go Canada. They've got one of the big. Is it one of the biggest shopping centres in Canada? Like it's like got a swimming pool in it, and
I'm not sure whereabouts.
I forgot what was it called now? 'Cause someone told me about it, and then I googled it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure. What's it called? Let me see. Let me see what I can Google. I'm going to Google it now again.
My family lives on outskirts of Toronto,
Right.
so that's not too far from Niagara Falls. Been there many times. That is a classic place to see. Is that? If you've never seen a sight in your life, that's one you need to go see.
Is it that one?
I bet you're talking about Quebec.
Hang on. It's City Under One Roof inside is City Under One Roof inside Canada's biggest mall. It has its own pool, amusement park, golf course, Edmonton Mall in
Edmonton,
Alberta.
Yeah.
Wow! So it looks amazing there.
What have you turned this into?
Oh, family
Ryan,
stuff.
we've absolutely ruined your life, mate.
Yeah,
We've
they've all disappeared.
It,
They're like, we're never coming back here again.
We've
How dare you
absolutely
leave us with
trashed
it?
it. Yeah.
Where the F have I been? I went to pick up the missus from work. She's got a bad leg, so I went to pick her up from work.
Oh.
Yeah. Mate, all you need to know is we trust your live, mate. But the amount of donations you've got since you've gone, you won't believe the big fuck all, mate.
I was about to say, wait, what? How many? I was about to say, people have been donating to you. I've got to give them to you now.
No, we've kept it clean, mate. We've been talking all sorts.
All right, nice one.
Yeah.
And I know that there was somebody, I don't know if they were in the chat still, called Tom that wanted to join. If you still want to join, the link's still pinned to the chat, I believe. So, yeah, if you still want to join, come back on now. It's because I was away from my computer picking up the missus from work. So, yeah.
It's a shame that we don't have the power to be able to bring people in and out.
I was just going to say, and you've got proxy, can't you get proxy to some to say, yeah, you can bring them on or whatever?
I don't know how it would work.
Is that like some kind of super mod thing or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just easier to give someone your login details, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you can do it that way if you did that. But
yeah, I didn't realise the time. I thought I still had till 8 o'clock to pick her up, but I forgot she finishes at 7:30. So, yeah.
Well, that 2 minutes turned into 15 minutes, so don't worry. We carried it on for you.
Nice one. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't feel guilty.
No,
how is the missus then? Is everything good? Everything all right?
Yeah, she's all right. She had a good day at work. She's got a bit of a bad leg at the minute. So,
what's this news then? You said you were gonna.
The news. I forgot.
Do we need a drum roll or something?
No.
The news. You forgot the news.
I forgot.
No, you haven't forgot the news.
It mustn't be that big if he's forgot it. Seriously, or has he just done that on purpose to keep his ear? I know your game. No.
See, the news is
is going to announce something very special here.
I hope so, else I'm going.
The news is.
Can we have a guess?
My beautiful girlfriend's just bought me dinner.
No, that ain't the news. You bollocks, that ain't the news.
Cheers, baby. Thank you.
Oh, bless.
Oh.
Get a room, for God's sake.
Hey, I went off camera to do it. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, but we got the sound effects.
We could hear it.
We got the sound effects.
You got
We
the
don't
sound
need to hear.
effects.
We don't need to hear somebody's tongue going down somebody else's throat, mate. For God's sake.
Hey.
See, someone's guessing in the chat what it is.
Yeah, come on, let's guess what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm going for, Gomad.
I'm going for something else.
What? What?
Wedding bells. Look at him. Now it's like, I wish I had a freaking said oh now.
Cat, you're wrong.
Mm.
Go mad, you're right.
Yep, I knew that.
Yeah. I've hinted it a few times. If no one has noticed, I have hinted it.
Yeah, I think you told me that. Yeah, I think you have mentioned it.
Yeah.
How far gone, mate?
13 weeks.
Excellent. Congratulations,
We
fella.
got Rampage. We got baby Rampage on the way.
So, yeah. 3 kids. That's what I kept on saying. I've got 3. Like, every time I mention it, I've got 3 kids. And no one clicked on. I don't think anyone looked into my life that deeply.
That's what I mean. People don't pay attention to detail.
So when things are true, this is a point I've been waiting to prove for a while. When things are true, they don't know it. The trolls don't know it. Yeah.
Okay.
But when things are deliberately kept fake and kept out of the limelight and this, that, and the other, people end up knowing it and stuff like that. So it's like if I turn around and I had a secret past, I don't. But let's say I had a secret past and it got portrayed in a different light. Somebody would find that. But yet when you openly are like, well, this is what's happening, can anyone actually click onto what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
It takes the trolls longer. Because I bet you anybody now, there's a few people in the chat that are probably like, yeah, I've heard you say something like that a few times. But we could audit the wedding. What do you mean, what wedding, love?
She's not saying it again. Not ours this time. We got divorced ages ago.
They was trying to guess
get married now.
What news was. Should we get married, babe? How clearly did you hear that fucking no?
Just spit it out on a live stream, babe. You want to get married? It's one way to bloody propose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
massive no there,
honestly.
Oh shit.
That'd have been a good film. That if you would have got down on one day and asked that, and she'd have just come round with it. Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
Stood for about 20 minutes.
Congratulations, Miss Rampage.
Everyone's saying congratulations, babe.
Thank you.
Oh. What are you hoping for, a little boy or a girl, or doesn't it matter, the usual? I just like asking that question.
I'm hoping for a boy.
What is it with men? They always want a boy.
What have you got now, Ryan? Have you got any boys?
I've got one of each now.
Oh, right.
I've got a boy and I've got a girl.
It's a boy oldest, yeah?
Yeah. Boys first. So she's saying go. I'm saying I'm having a boy first. This is what it's like in the Rampage house, guys.
Love it. You don't want a girl. They're nightmares. Absolute nightmares.
I know.
I can vouch for that.
Girls are so much harder.
Oh, Jesus.
They are.
My daughter was a nightmare. And now her daughter, She's exactly the same. She's got the same traits and everything. Unbelievable.
That sounds so familiar. Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
she's 10 going on 20, I'll tell you now.
Yeah, sounds so
Attitude
familiar.
and a lot. Bloody
Yeah.
hellfire.
Oh yeah, my little daughter's the same. She's like a teenager already going through puberty, and she's only 4. I'm like, where are you getting this like emotions from?
Yeah.
Like, what can be so bad in your life? You're kicking off at me like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember my daughter going through puberty. By fucking hell, if I could have sent her back where she come from, she would have gone. But my granddaughters, they're only 10, but they're in puberty earlier, a lot earlier than what my daughter did. You know, we're going back a few years now, but they're in puberty at 10-year-old, and I think, Jesus Christ.
I know. I remember when I was a kid, right? And the standard age was 14, 15.
Yeah, same with me.
So that's common age. And then, like, when I got a bit older, a few years later, the youngest person to have had a child at that point was 13. I was like, whoa. So they're getting younger these days. And it was only by a year or two to what I was used to. And next thing you know, like these 12-year-olds and that are walking around as if they're 20-odd-year-old. Yeah. I'm thinking, I've worked, like, I've had an SIA badge, right? And I've worked on the doors. And I've worked in pubs. I have, the amount of times I've seen a young girl coming in, and you can see the thickness of the makeup. There's certain things you look for. You can see the thickness of the makeup. That's just one of the things. And you know for a fact that girl's underage, she's trying too hard.
Yeah, you can tell a kid when you see one, and I don't care what anybody says, no matter how much they get dressed up and everything else.
Oh, yeah. If you have any doubt in your mind, no matter how pissed you are, you're going to ask for ID.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. If you're in a club, clubbing it up, and this young girl's coming up to you, and you have any doubt in your mind, you're asking her for ID.
You just tell, you can tell, mate, without a doubt. You don't even have to ask. You just know that they are a child. They're still a child, and that's it. You can tell. As much as I want to put the makeup on and everything else, you can still tell they are a child.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And if you
haven't got the attitude to go with the look,
that's it. They haven't. They haven't at all. I mean, during this last 18 months with lockdowns, everything else, my grandson plays football, and before lockdown, you know, they're all like under 13s and everything else playing football, all young lads waiting for the voices to break and everything else. Then we come out of the first lockdown, but during that first lockdown, his voice broke. Right? So he's at that stage where it's not a man's voice, it's not a boy's voice, it's that bit in between. You know what I mean? You get that high pitch sort of, right, you know what I'm getting at. Yeah. So they all went back, they're all playing football. They goes for the first match, and all the parents there of all other kids, because they're all running around with squeaky voices. My grandson's running around with a voice deeper than mine. And they says, you know, when did that happen? Everything else. But that was it. That happened during lockdown, and it happened basically overnight. It really did.
Yeah. It happened so quick.
Yeah. Can you remember when your voice broke, right?
Yeah, I can.
It still is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not quite there yet. My balls ain't dropped.
It'll hit puberty soon, so we'll get there. But
I'm going there. But no, literally.
I know I was 12 because it happened when I was in Canada in 1976. So I was at Olympics in Canada, and while I was at the actual Olympics, I went in with a child's voice. I came out with a semi-man's voice. It actually broke at the Olympic Games.
Yeah,
Montreal.
I think I was 13. And I can't remember. Well, I think I scared my grandma with it. I used to go play football, right, with my cousin. So I used to go walk all the way up to, you know, you used to walk everywhere, and you used to have to knock on for people. There was none of this. Oh, I'm texting if my mate's coming out. Right. I used to go and walk and have to knock on for my cousin. Right. And this is over rough end of Hull as well. So I walked over, knocked on for my cousin, and my other cousin said, "Oh yeah, come in. He'll be down in a minute. Danny will be down in a minute." Yeah, cool, no problem. Got on, sat in the front room, and I've gone, "You all right, Nana? How are you?" And she's just gone, "What?" And I went, "You're all right." And she's like, You wasn't like that yesterday. It's like, why is your voice changed? I was like, oh, I don't know. It happened last night. Luckily, as soon as I said that, my cousin walked in, and I was like, yep, let's go play football now, lad.
Yeah, I remember when I went through that stage. I don't think I found it difficult at all. You know, obviously at that age you discover things, and right, we'll leave it at that. But I didn't find it difficult at all.
I think starting that time of the month is worse for sure.
I think for girls, it's got
to
to be a lot more daunting than it has for boys. It really has.
For sure, we've got so much more to deal with. Yeah, definitely. That's what I mean. It's so much harder being a woman.
That's what I mean. All their life, they've known if you bleed, it hurts. You know, if you bleed, you've hurt yourself, you've cut yourself, you've done something. So all that life, and then suddenly to have that happen to you, like you might understand it better. That some people might understand it, kids understand it better than others, but it's still scary to have that happen to you. And the feelings you feel, the stomach aches, and you know, all the pains and that go along with it. It's just, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I wouldn't.
No, me, mate.
Also, I swear to God, I had a panic attack once. I remember Rebecca was only like young. She was, I think, 8, 9, something like that. And she went to the toilet and she just screamed at the top of her lungs, "Mom, I'm bleeding!" I'm like, literally, like, felt sick. Ran upstairs. She was having a nosebleed, weren't she? I was like, yeah, your best time to turn that on the fucking toilet. I absolutely crap myself. So,
that's got a bit worse than your parents got away when the girls sat on toilet. Like, really?
Honestly, I crap myself. No word of a lie. I'm like, yeah.
You know, I've not realised what it was. If I was you, I would have turned around and gone, "What's up? Did you strain yourself too hard? Was you pushing too hard?" I would have, honestly, once I realised.
Yeah, it was scary. It was scary. And then obviously a couple of years later she started anyway. But yeah, at least she was a bit more mature. But yeah, it's scary. It's a scary time. So
yeah. I mean, my granddaughters now are going to be at that stage very, very shortly, even though they're 10. For the last few months, they've been getting stomach cramps and everything else. And yeah, it will happen. It will happen before they're 11. I'm telling you now.
Parcel.
Yeah.
I'm honestly scared. I'm honestly scared. I don't know if my daughter's ever gonna reach out to their mum or reach out to me. I
keep meaning to take Rebecca down to the book now to get her on the pill, but you know, it's one of them. It's like, should I make her as a parent, or should it be her choice, or you know what I mean? It's one of them, isn't it?
Have the discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, I got divorced and my daughter was 11, 12, something like that. My son was 15, 14, 15. Right, he was fine. He was no issue whatsoever. But my daughter, she was an absolute twat. She really was. But she hit that point where she no female to speak to. So it was me that dealt with it. I had to talk her through it all. No, I didn't find it hard at all.
Yeah, you're all right.
No, I found it all right. It were, I wouldn't say it was easy, but I found it comfortable. Let's put it that way. And I think since that point on, I've had a really good relationship with my daughter, where she can come up to me and talk about anything. She's not afraid to talk about anything, whether it be sexual or whatever, or she's absolutely fine with it. Because I think I went through that point that turning point in her life, and I was the only one there, I think. But yeah, I dealt with it.
I am hoping to be that kind of parent where even my daughter can come and talk to me about anything that's wrong.
Yeah, you've got to be, mate. Just be
Oh,
open,
really?
you know. Even if what I used to do, I used to drop things into chat, you know, you sat around dinner table, whatever, and you just, you know, how's your day been? What you done at school? And that, and, you know, what have you learned today? And you just drop things into chat all the time, and you like give them the confidence so they know that they can come and speak to you. Like for a female girl to come to a male father and talk about something so intimate has got to be a difficult thing for them to do. Right, because they might.
That actually melts my heart. That does. It really does.
So yeah, just do it, mate. Just be yourself. Be open. Be honest. I mean, right for a long flu. Right, I could be in shower or whatever, laid in bath, and she'd knock on the door. Can I come in and get a wash, Dad? Well, yeah, if you want. Yeah, you know, I didn't hide anything as such, but nothing were on show, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
she felt right. It weren't blatant, but yeah, she could come in. She could get a wash, clean her teeth. If I went to shower, she could do the same, and it was never ever an issue. Not that I walked around the house naked or anything like that, but it was never an issue. So if you're open, then it makes them more confident in coming back to you and speaking with you.
Yeah,
you know, just don't hide anything, and that's it. Just be yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Wow, I can't believe I've just come out with all that. Jesus Christ, that's taking me back.
This is what I mean. See what these live streams does to us. It's like me and Rebecca, obviously. It's only ever been me and her, really, just me and her, and we have quite a up and down relationship. Not gonna lie, I've not had the best relationship with my mum. It's been a bit up and down, and now with Rebecca, because it's just been me and her, we go from 1 minute absolutely cuddling, laughing, giggling. You saw it in your eye, and you saw when you were here what we like. You know how close we are, but then the next minute we can be on the verge of bloody killing each other. You know what I mean? We just obviously clash, and we're literally It's tough. It's tough.
Just look at Gomad's comment there. She says she had to ask her dad for the first bra, paid his issues, etc., and it was a nightmare.
Yeah, that's it.
It shouldn't have to be a nightmare, should it? Really?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I know how you feel, Gomad. I really do. Yeah, it's so weird because my mum, she's more open-minded. But yeah, I don't have the best relationship with her. Whereas my dad, he's a little bit more close-minded. He's not like as, you know, eyes open and all that. But I'm a bit more closer to my dad, so it's a strange one. But yeah, it's always weird when having to talk to your dad about certain things and certain topics. So I remember that growing up.
Yorkshire Tyke just put up, Ryan, I've had 3 girls growing up now, but you have not lived if you have not gone shopping in Tesco's for tampons, finding out when you get to the till, the price is not coded. I did not know where to look. Do you know what, mate? Honestly, what I can say to that is I've had kids before, and one of them kids left her bedridden, basically. So I had to run around and do everything for a good couple of weeks in between work and stuff. So I literally was going out and I was buying this and I was buying that for her and that for her, you know, and it was stuff like that as well. Like, it was so funny because I go to my local shop where I'm literally mates with the owner. I'd go to the local shop and I'd be buying these weird items and he'd be looking at me like, I was like, you know, I've got a missus, relax. But yeah, I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean.
I actually had to do that myself. I mean, it's never bothered me. I've done it. When my daughter first started, I didn't know whether to get the tampons or the sanitary towels. I didn't know. And I says to her, what is it that you want? She says, well, they taught us at school that we are to use tampons. I went, all right then, so I'll go get you some of them. So off I goes. But when I looked on shelf, just these different sizes and everything else. I'm thinking, well,
What which
what
one?
the fuck do I get her here?
Different brands, different
So
pack sizes. Yeah.
I actually collared this young lass assistant or whatever. She was stacking shelves, and I said, look, I need some advice here. I've got a 12-year-old daughter. What tampons should I get her? I said, because I really don't know. And I didn't. I was totally honest. I didn't know. And, you know, she was absolutely brilliant. She said, well, she's 12. This is what she needs or whatever.
Yeah.
Does she need sanitary towels? I says, I don't know. I says, but I'll text them just in case. And she was absolutely brilliant.
Good customer service right there.
She was probably, 19, 20-year-old. And she was absolutely brilliant. But
that's it, and that's what it should be about, shouldn't it? You know,
yeah.
I'm not. You know, I wonder if you got the same reaction if you'd asked another guy.
Yeah, but imagine this. You could have gone to a different shop and the same age range of person, they could have grew up together, these two girls, but they work in different shops, let's say across the city. You go into that other shop and that other girl, exactly the same age, would have gone when you asked her the question. And you know that look from that teenage girl or that early 20s-year-old girl, you know that look is like, why are you asking me for? You go so
Do you know
or
what?
whatever.
Funny enough, right?
It's just weird how to think that is the same thing with everyone, because everyone can be raised different, but everyone's got their own opinion.
So
everyone can.
it's so, going off topic a little bit, but sticking with the kind of same.
Yeah.
So when me and Dino were leaving London, we're wandering around, bushing around before we went to the station for something to eat, and obviously Dino, being a vegan, is going up to all these places going, "You sell anything vegan?" Excuse me, what? You sell anything vegan? What? And they were looking at him as if he were talking in another language. It's like, what is it? You know, asking if you've got any vegan food. Why is that such a shock? These people were like, no. And it's like, you know what I mean? You totally dismaying a total, you know, a range of people here. There might not be a lot of them, a great deal of them, but you're totally, you know, and it's not good. Do you know what I mean? You have to accept everyone for everyone's indifferences and everyone's, you know.
That's it. Definitely.
But it was so funny. Seeing the look on these people's faces when he went, "Have you got any vegan?" They were like, honestly, they were like, what? They didn't even like.
I believe that.
Yeah, they really did look on the faces. I'm like, it's like you've just asked them for something that doesn't exist. You know what I mean?
Can I have an alien finger up my butthole? Need some probing.
Mm.
You stop giggling, you.
Ryan, who's your mods in here, mate? Because Ben Cox has been a bit personal.
I don't know if any of my mods are left.
It's not too personal.
Well, no, I mean, you could take that as a compliment if you want, Kat, but it's not the sort of correct thing to put, is it, really?
Just because he's not calling you hot, Eddie, you know. Don't be chucking.
If you want to try and chat her up, jump on.
Don't be going chucking my ears out.
If you want to chat her up, Ben, come and jump on.
Mate, I've got a skull for a face. You can't call me hot, can you? Really?
I'm not hot anyway. I'm like it.
Cousin it. Right, next topic.
Next. I like how swiftly kind of moved the topic away from blood, away from that there.
You had to mention it.
Yeah.
Well, these mugs, I've got 9 in stock, 8 in
Let's
stock.
bring it round back to the mate, shall we? And he won't give me one. How cheeky is that? He won't give me one.
I've got 8 in stock.
Ryan, you dirty minded git. Yeah, we got from section 47A right down to puberty. And now we're talking about Ryan's fucking mugs.
Big mug.
I have got a big mug and I'm selling mugs. Oh.
Come on, let's have another topic. Something good.
Come on. What? I think, do you know what? That we do that many lives. What topics is there left to talk about? Because I don't know about you, but we don't want to talk about the bloody virus anymore. We're sick of politics. Don't want to do religion.
Oh, I'll tell you what then. Right, we've covered shitloads of topics throughout the last few months, everything else. Right, did you listen to Boris Johnson's speech today regarding coming out of lockdown on 19th?
Well, I kind of heard about it on Alex Bellfield's upload. I always hear everything through him.
Right. I watched that there, and everything's coming out, and they're doing away with masks, everything else. But he's saying, if you want to wear the mask, then that's going to be a personal issue. If that's what you want to do, you carry on, blah, blah, blah. And he also said that certain shops, retailers, venues, etc., may request you to wear a mask. But if there's no law now requiring you to wear a mask in those type of areas, then why is he lifting that sanction, say that there's no law anymore, but yet venues, shops, etc., are still going to require you to wear them?
Because there's never been law against it. There's never been anything that's actually lawful against insinuating that you have to wear a mask anywhere. What it is a government, and this is where everyone gets confused now, because government guidelines and law and acts, each and every one of them are different. Each and every one is different. So when they've put up a government guideline, right, and they've stated that you have to wear masks to enter any store, venues, or anything like that, then the stores and the venues and everyone that's putting up these signs saying you must wear a mask before entry have then turned around and gone and told people that it's law. So everyone that's going around saying it's law has been told by somebody else that it's law. It's never been written in law. It was just a guideline to try and keep the country safe.
Yeah, but they changed that though, didn't they? Initially, afterwards, it is now law that you have got to wear a mask. It's mandatory, which is law, and it's a law that
written in law.
It has been written in law. It has apparently.
I don't think it has.
I even heard it on a broadcast today on radio saying that it comes out with these regular COVID things, everything else, and you may be breaking the law if you don't wear a mask in certain areas. So
that's where it's coming under, right? Where it's coming under people saying this is the confusing thing. Not everybody understands that. Yeah, you might have listened to this on a very trusted place. I'm not doubting that. But what they're going to get, what they're getting their information from is that people are saying it's law when all it is a government guideline. They think that a government guideline is law, and it's not. Right? So when these people are saying that, oh, it's a law, and you turn around and go, quote that law to me then. And they go, under the COVID guidelines of UK.gov site, this, that, and the other, it says this. Yeah, COVID guidelines, not law or act of 2020 or anything like that. So I'm just looking it up real quick now.
I am as well. I'm doing a bit of research.
Again. Oh.
I was about to say, because honestly, I think, I honestly think that people are getting it so confused, and it's gone worldwide. It's gone countrywide now, especially in this country, right? That it is gone absolutely mad. That every single person.
No wonder no one knows where to turn and what to believe and what to think. It's everyone's brains are like mush and scrambled egg.
Yeah,
really
everyone's saying it's law when all it is a government guideline, and that's all I think it is. I think the government guideline of COVID regulations has been confused with law. We do not, as the whole of the UK, do not need to listen to government guidelines.
Right, I'm just looking on gov.uk site at the moment.
Yeah, sorry, I was going away a bit then.
That were updated on 22nd of April 2021. It doesn't say, from what I can see briefly, that it is law, and I can't see anything to say it's mandatory. But I've heard different over the media, but on the radio and everything else, saying,
Yeah,
you know,
can you send me the link that you've just got that on the private chat?
wait a minute.
Because I was going to look it up, but obviously I was ranting. But this is what I'm saying. Even now, you're thinking, is it actually written in law? Because trusted networks believe it is.
Right, it's in private chat, mate. Is that link?
Yeah, I've got it. What is face covering? Face visor, shield.
When to wear the face covering. I can't see anything to say that it says it's law, but yet the media are portraying that it is law and mandatory to wear one.
It says here you are expected to wear a face covering before entering any of these settings and must keep it on until you leave unless there is a reasonable excuse for removing it.
Wait a minute. I found a bit.
Oh, you found a bit?
Yeah. When to wear the face covering. There are some places where you must wear a face covering by law unless you are exempt or have a reasonable excuse.
See, it doesn't. Why does it say on the Gov site by law when it's not? There's no law.
Yeah, it can't say by law because there isn't. That's it. That's what I mean.
So
it's so misleading. That's why people say it's by law. Yeah.
That's that. I reckon. If you look deeper into it, that's illegal because they're stating by law that you need to wear a face
misinformation. Yeah.
So that is misinformation to the public that don't understand that what they're just because they say it's in the law and they write the laws on that site and you trust the law that's on that site.
Yeah.
You can look at every section under the law and you will not find one single thing to do with face covering. And I can guarantee anybody that if they can find me it, send me it.
That's it.
Property section again, mate.
Honestly,
it'd be hidden somewhere in the tiny, tiny, tiny small print somewhere, won't it?
I reckon it'll be face covering legislation of 2020. If you type that in onto Google, I reckon that's
what I've just done, mate. It's under legislation.
But wasn't that interesting? Was it AB's? And it was outside somewhere. And then it was showing off a sign about must not have face cover. You know what I mean? I don't know. And again, going back to a few years ago when we went to certain places and, you know, there were no face coverings allowed. Remove all face coverings. You know what I mean? A few years ago, you couldn't walk into a garage with a helmet on. You had to remove it. And now they want you to wear a mask.
Yeah, I had the same happen to me, Kat. I think it was second lockdown. I've been out on bike. I pulled up, filled up, waiting. It says remove. It was a Tesco's petrol station. Went in and told me to take my helmet off so they could see my face to put a fucking mask on. And I went, you're talking out your asses, really? You can see more of my face in my helmet than you can with the mask on, really?
Yeah, I don't.
I'd rather leave the helmet on than put a mask on it.
Yeah, I can't find anything to say where it said it's law, but that Gov site, gov.uk, says you must wear the face covering by law. But I can't see where it says that in law.
No, that's it, and I think that is really why people are so confused.
Legislation is law or a set of laws that have been passed by Parliament. The word is also used to describe the act of making a new law.
Yeah, I've just scrolled down a bit further on that link. Enforcement measures for failing to comply with this law.
Fines of up to £2,000.
Includes issuing fines of 200, reduced to 100 if you pay within 14 days, which we already knew about that.
Yeah, because that's
second fine, it goes up to 400, third 800, up to a maximum of 6,400. So that is talking about a law, but where I can't find this law.
Yeah.
I think I don't care anyway, regardless of whether it is or whether it's not. It's a
This is
control
what I mean.
tactic for the UK residents, and I'm not
Yeah,
having it. I do
but-
not wear a face covering. I've not worn a face covering since fucking I went Manchester to a protest. So, you know, you can check when I posted that video. I've not wore a face covering since.
I mean, I won't wear a face covering when I go into any shop, and I won't.
I don't
mean,
I don't like stuff over my mouth. I don't like my mouth being covered. I never have. I've never worn scarves. I don't like wearing scarves.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me wearing a mask, but the fact that I've got to wear a mask for something that's so pointless.
But then this is what I mean. Where it comes legislation and law and where the line's drawn, right? You draw a line under all that, right? And then you go to, I don't know, you go anywhere, right? Like Heron, Tesco's, Asda, right? You go to any of them stores, right? And then you walk in without a mask. If they turn around and says, we are not serving you without a mask, that can come under discrimination.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That can come under the discrimination law.
Yeah, I think that's why. Yeah.
You know, that's been in law for a long time. I think they changed the law in 2010. So now it's the discrimination law of 2010. I'm not sure on that. But if you like, so they're discriminating me because I feel better without a mask on. So the whole government is discriminating me. So the government may as well be racist at the same time. The government may as well tell people they're not allowed to do this, that, and the other because they're in a wheelchair. But yet in the government discrimination, the places that are over a certain size have to have a wheelchair around. They have to have this, have to have that, all in place. So, you know, one law is differentiating from another, if you think about it that way.
But every year I've got to go for a diabetic checkup. I'm only a type 2 diabetic, everything else, but I also suffer with high blood pressure.
Yeah.
So I'm on medication for that. And when all this bullshit started coming out about wearing masks and everything else, the doctor actually said to me, I do not need to wear a mask because of my condition of high blood pressure. I went, yeah, okay, that's fine. You know, left it at that. And then all this shite started coming out. You got to wear a lanyard. You got to have an exemption certificate given by your doctor and everything else. No doctor in the land has ever issued one. They never will.
I can get one to deliver to me tomorrow.
Do you know them secret landlords? Them landlords. I was having a look at one yesterday. That was someone wearing on train, and it says something about I have a hidden disability. Do not question a hidden. Well, it's no longer a hidden disability because you've got that badge on now, highlighted to everyone that you've got a disability. So it's no longer hidden.
So I think I've even stated it in a video before, or I definitely state it off camera, anyways. Regardless, I walk into a place because obviously I travel the country and I do these audits, and I go into different shops, even off camera, and they turn around and says, "Have you got a mask? Have you got a mask?" I turn around and go, "No." I don't always say I'm exempt. I always turn around and go, no. And they turn around and say,
and that's it. Leave it at that.
They always, it's like they're reading off a script at this point. Have you got an exemption card? No matter what you say, have you got an exemption card? I turn around and go, no, because I'm not going to display that. I'm fucking disabled. And I've said that a few times off camera because I've been fuming. I've just been running in to get a drink or running in to go to a pee and they're stopping me. You know, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to show you that I've got a disability. You know, I don't want the world to know that I'm disabled. So why should I walk around?
We don't need to tell some stranger what our conditions are if we choose not to. No, we don't have to. We don't have to highlight to the world by putting a stupid lanyard on that we've got a hidden disability.
Yeah, I think it was saying that it started all the lanyard business, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing. They only brought out the lanyards because people was going to stores and saying that they're basically doing what I do. Yeah, I'm going around now. I refuse to wear a mask everywhere I go. Any shop, any store, anywhere. I will not wear a mask regardless of whether they like it or not. Right? So people was doing that in the first place. And people was like, oh, I'm exempt from wearing a mask when the exemption first came about. but it wasn't like a big thing then. It was just a few people knew that you could be exempt from wearing a mask, and they were using that to their advantage. Oh, I ain't got a mask. I don't have to wear one. My doctor said I don't have to wear one. All this. So that's when the exemption started coming about. So anything people fight against, it's actually changing the laws. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
So, you know, people are still refusing now because people are going in shops and kicking off. People was going in shops, sorry, and kicking off back then.
It just was a period
They
where,
changed the law.
for about a month, where there were just videos galore of people not being allowed on buses, people not being able to go into the shop.
Yeah.
People, you know, it was just one video after the next. You're not coming in because you haven't got a mesh. You're not, and it's like, what is this world come to that you're not allowing someone our right to travel or right to walk into a shop to get food because we're not covering our face?
This is the thing as well. This is the thing as well, though, right? It's still not a criminal matter.
Yeah, I still can't. I'm still researching, mate. I can't find anything.
It's not a police matter.
I can't find anything to say that it is a law.
It's on the same level as trespass. It's not a police matter. It's a personal matter. Because it's them personal people on there or in that store or wherever that, you know, you're meant to be keeping yourself safe from.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
in my eyes, it's the same as trespass.
Yeah, it's like what's been mentioned before. I don't know if it's ever going to come to fruition. These COVID passports where you're going to need one to get into, venues and everything else. Have you had your 2 jabs? Blah blah blah. I were adamant I was not getting anything. Absolutely, totally adamant. But my partner got diagnosed with cancer. She underwent chemo, and we both got advice to get it just in case. I brought, because I were going out shopping and everything else, if I brought something back, because she's got no immune system. So reluctantly, for the right reasons, I had it done. It went against my ethics, if you like, but I had it done for the right reasons. Now,
that's what I mean, eventually everyone's going to be doing that.
But to ask somebody, can you show me your card to say that you've had 2 jabs before you come in? That is bollocks. Absolutely total bollocks.
And that's what people are getting bullied into, and it is a bully tactic. Like, fair enough, yours wasn't a bully tactic. Yours was an advice, and you went away and you did that yourself. Right, and much respect for you to make that decision. But eventually people are going to get bullied into it because you won't be allowed in this place, you won't be allowed in that place, you won't be allowed in the other place. Until, honestly, there's going to be an uproar with this fucking country. And I'm telling you, I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. I'll travel the country and I'll video record the fucking shit that kicks off.
Yeah. I give it 6 months before it all kicks off, mate. Without a doubt.
I mean, it's already, you can feel it now brewing. You can literally feel it. Started.
It's been happening for the last 18 months, and it is getting progressively worse. Right, you come July 19th. It's supposed to be total release from lockdown, everything else. But there's caveats in what he said.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody's now looking forward to July 19th, everything back to normal, but it ain't going to be normal. Not at all. Because you're going to have because of what he said today, you're going to have certain retailers, certain venues that are now going to demand you wear a mask. You demand that you show your proof of vaccine, everything else, right? But that is not going to be long. That's going to be their decision. Now, you can't have the government saying that you don't need to wear a mask anymore. It's not enforceable, but yet you're going to have retailers that are enforcing it. They've got no right to do it. They've got no right whatsoever to do it. So there is going to be massive unrest when that happens, mate. I'm telling you now, and that's where it's all going to start from. July 19th.
I know for a fact after that, any football games that has been as big as England has been recently, that's when it's going to kick off. If people start having to have all these cards and that, then forget it. The country's fucked.
Yeah. No, Assel just put a comment up. She said, they've had both jabs but can't prove it. Right. You should have had a card. You should get a card. Yeah, you should have got a card, and it gives you the batch number and everything else on your first injection. And when you take that back for your second one, and you get the second batch of vaccine wrote on that and the date it were given. So you should have a card. I've got mine right now. The fact that they didn't provide you with a card, that's a bit iffy.
It's a bit iffy. My country, no public mask wearing, no social distancing, pubs only, shut for 10 weeks, all shops open, no restrictions of no death. You see, right, there has been reasons to be distant and all that, but no one's listening. I walked into a shop today, right, next to somebody that was wearing one of them little nappies on his face, and he was literally stood that close to me. He brushed his arm against mine, and I was stood waiting for him to move, and he brushed his arm against mine. There we go. We've contracted COVID. You know, so why are you wearing a nappy on your face? You may as well not. You may as well have breathed all over me as well.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember when it all first started? You've got all these people queuing up outside, or they're making people queue up outside supermarkets.
Yeah,
right.
And they're all right next to each other,
right.
breathing all over each other.
Right, they're all stood 2 meters apart outside, waiting to be allocated their position within that supermarket. And once they're in, it's a fucking free for all, and they're all next to each other, and they're all stood next to each other at checkouts and everything else. But outside, it were different. You had to be separated. It's been an absolute farce from top to bottom. I'm not saying the COVID issue is not a real thing. I'm not saying it's a made-up thing. Not at all. I do believe it is a real thing. But I think we've taken it a bit too far. I think it's just a strong version of the flu. That's what I think. Yeah, well, nobody's got the flu anymore. Nobody's dying from flu. They're dying from COVID. Exactly. They're putting every death down to COVID. Yeah. And they're thinking that we're that us as the public are that stupid we won't work it out. But there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that are working it out already. And there's people that are not giving a crap. They're just going through life easy. Like they'll wear the mask and they won't wear it properly because as long as they've got it there, you know, they ain't wearing it covering the nose and the mouth like it says on all the tannoys and stuff. They'll just wear it on the mouth and they breathe out. And that, so it's pointless wearing the mask in the first place, but they'll put it on just to have an easier life, right? And them the sort of people that ain't listening to the rules like we blatantly don't, because I disagree with it personally. So like, yeah, the whole world's gonna fucking erupt, mate. Honestly, it fucking is. I need a fag. I mentioned on somebody's stream last week that my ex-mother-in-law's she's just died. She was 83 and she passed away. Yeah. Now my daughter is sorting out the funeral arrangements, everything else for that, which she has done because her own mum, she's not in a fit state to do it. But you know, that's by the by. Right, we've got the funeral arrangements in place apparently, and we can have up to 75 people allowed in the church, and this is going to be a Catholic ceremony, so it's going to be a long one, right? According to the church, their guidelines are they can only have 75 people in there, and the people have got to social distance and stay in their own bubbles, right? The church are 75 people, right? There's 75 people going, so there's going to be no 2 meter separation, which they specified. They've got to stop in their own bubbles, and you've got to wear a face mask, and you've also got to do the track and trace before you go into that church. So you know the track and trace? I said to my daughter, I says, A, I'm not wearing a mask. B, I am not doing the track and trace. I says, I've never done track and trace, and I never will do it. I says, and that is it. They're not following my whereabouts whatsoever. I says, I'm going to a funeral. Okay, so next. Did you see
Buzz's video that he put up today about that? You know, track and trace, and a piece of paper left out with everyone's details on it.
No,
it showed it, and he was just sat there. And a woman goes, "I can't believe this." He goes, "I can't believe this. People's details." And this woman it's people's track and trace. They have to do it. And then he went, just lying around for everyone to see. And she laughed. She laughed at it. It's like, this is people's details being unsure for the world to see here. This is why I don't know if any of you seen it on my community tab. I went to Burger King
there was me and car crash, and there was like, oh, you have to fill this in, otherwise you can't eat in. So because we've been arguing with people all day, doing audits and stuff, literally turned around and went, J blogs, and then made up a number, and they accepted it, and we were sat in there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And that piece of paper that we signed was left on the side, and they served 4 customers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My daughter said to when she had the morning coffee with the priest and everything else, and he told her the legislation that he's got to follow, and he gave her documents, everything else, and she basically has got to take everybody who was attending their name, address, and telephone number for the track and trace. So she says, well, how am I going to do that? And he says, basically, what you need is a notebook. Everybody writes a name and address on before they come into church. So then she says, well, where does that go afterwards? She says, you keep hold of it. That's what they've been told. So my daughter's going to get 75 people, some of which she knows, their names, addresses, and telephone numbers, and she's been told to keep hold of that documentation. Really?
They say we're for filming public, invading people's privacy. What if someone's going to church who wants to stay anonymous and they're being followed, they're being stalked, and then they go in there and they have to put their address down, and then that person comes in and sees that. You know what I mean? And then we get blamed for just doing a bit of filming. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, I've been nominated as one of pallbearers, as has my son and 2 grandsons. They're going to do it, right? But we have got to give our names and addresses and phone numbers to even be a pallbearer. And I'm sorry, but that ain't happening. Not at all. Not in my book.
Well, that's it. Doesn't make it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Catholic funeral, so it's going to be a bloody long one. It really is. I mean, apparently it's a 3-hour stint in church, and then because of what the COVID and everything else, she's been cremated, which Catholics don't normally do. They always bury. So then it's onto a crematorium for another hour service at a crematorium after that one, and the same applies there. Track and trace once you go into the crematorium. It's absolutely fucking ludicrous. It really is. We're going to a funeral. She's laid at this moment in time in chapel arrest, right? My daughter has been up, and the funeral director, she went up with the mum, and the funeral director says, look, take your masks off. There's nobody near going to catch whatever you've got. And they turn up with the masks on, which is what they're asked to do. And the funeral director says, take them masks off. There's nobody going to catch anything in here from you. And I thought that was a brilliant comment. Why would you wear a mask in a fucking funeral home when it's full of dead people? Or where are you going to infect? But the legislation says you've got to do that.
We live in a messed up world. I'm sorry, but things are just so higgledy-piggledy and upside down and backwards and just don't make sense. They don't make sense.
It
drives me potty. It does drive me potty. And where has common sense gone? Where is, you know what I mean? This is,
Yeah. I mean, I've not been to a pub. I've not been to a pub in the last 18 months, 2 years. And now pubs are open. I still ain't going to go. I used to go out every Friday religiously with my mate that lives over the road from me. We've done it since we were kids. I've known him for 50 years. We've done it every Friday since we could legally do it. And I've said to him, I'm not going into a pub where I've got to go in wearing a mask, to sit down, to take it off, to have a drink brought to me.
To put it back on.
To put it back on, to go for a piss.
Yeah.
That says, I'm not doing it. But they're
sorry, go on.
No, it's all right. I mean, they're even requesting that when you sit outside. I mean, weather's all right at the moment.
You don't need a mask outside, do you?
Right. So you sit outside, right? They've got all the benches spaced stupidly apart, like they do, because that's the legislation they've got to follow. And you sat there, you go in, you're supposed to give your track and trace and everything else, and your phone number, so you can use their app to order a drink. Right. So they've got a record of you straight away. I'm not prepared to give that. Not at all. So I said to my mate, you want to go for a pint? You'll give him your details, mate. Just order 2 pints, because I hadn't given him my details. And we've not been out since. We'll sit out in each other's gardens and we'll get some cans.
Better to stay at home where you're private,
We'll have some cans at garden, and that's it. It's cheaper. We've got no hassle, we've got no shit.
I think that's it, though. I think that from the start, all of this, I genuinely do think that is what they want. They're making everything so much harder now to actually just go out. They want people confined to the homes. They don't want people interacting anymore, socialising anymore, going out and having fun. They do genuinely want people just locked away in the homes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in November 2019, when you start first, hearing snippets about all this coming on, this COVID and everything else, everybody thought, yeah, okay, it's just another flu virus, whatever, it's happening in China. And then it progressed in January. And then come February, that's when it started to hit us. And then legislation started to be put into place, but it weren't quick enough. Come March, bang, we're all in lockdown. And it happened so quick, right? And people think, oh shit, look at what's happened. We've all heard about it, and now look what's happened. The country's locked down.
Did everyone believe it when it first started? Like when it first came out, did it literally everyone just instantly believe it? Because I know I did. Like when it first, it was like fear took over, and then
that's exactly it. It was a fear factor.
Yeah.
It wasn't a case about a belief or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a fear factor. And that's what they instilled into us.
Yeah.
Now, as time moved on over that first 6 months, right, people started to understand more, right? Then we got the second lockdown, right, and people kicked off with that one. Then it was lifted slightly. Then we got the third lockdown, right, and that's when people started to kick off. Right, we should have been out of lockdown. What was it, 12th of June? What, something like that, 21st of June?
I think it was 21st.
Yeah, right. It should have been June anyway. It were put back 4 weeks. People started to kick off even more. It's now back into July, 16th. Right, if they don't lift it on the 16th of July, all hell is going to break loose, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
People's had enough. They have. Me personally, right, I'll be honest, has it affected me at all? Not one bit. No. It's not affecting me one bit.
Yeah. Get on with it, don't you? Just get on with it. Roll with it.
It's affected my mum, right, because she hasn't been able to go out. She's had to isolate and all the rest of it shite because of her condition, which is understandable, right? So I've been going out doing her shopping.
Yeah.
Like you would and everything else. But personally, has it affected me? No, it's not affecting my way of life whatsoever. I've just done everything that I normally do day in, day out. I've gone shopping. I bought my food, I bought my beer, I bought my wine, I've got my petrol, I've gone out for the drive. Even when restrictions were in saying that you couldn't go from A to B or whatever, and you couldn't travel X amount of miles, fuck you, I'm going 10 miles when you said I can only do 5 miles, and I've just done it. And if I ever got stopped, I'm doing, essential shopping for different people. And that was it. It's not affected me at all, not one iota. It hasn't. But it has affected people around me. And I've seen that. And I think it's all been a fear tactic from day one. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah. And that's what I mean. You either go along with everything they say, or you open your eyes to it. And this is what I mean. It's like, how far will they go? What will they actually come out with next and say something where you just think, Nah, I'm not listening
It's like-
anymore. Do you know what I mean?
It's a simple one of like, are you going to be the sheep or the devil?
Mm.
Now what's one animal that the devil can turn into? A ram. Is that much different from a sheep?
Mm.
So you got to think about it. A sheep can easily turn into a ram. I'm not saying that happens in real life, by the way, guys. I'm not that stupid.
I'm a cat. I'm the cat. I'm the cat that became the lion.
But,
I mean,
no, but you know what I say. You know what I'm saying though. It's like it's the very little difference it takes you to go from a sheep to a ram, and that's all it is. The country's on a fine margin at the minute between them, and a majority of the people are being sheep at the minute, and as soon as they're pushed into it, they'll turn into that ram, and that's it.
in my opinion, the worst thing they ever did regarding this lockdown thing were to shut the schools.
Yeah.
Right. That was the worst thing they could ever do, because it's not just the kids that are an issue. It's also the parents of those kids, because there were no childcare available because everything was shut down. There were nothing, so they had to stay at home. They lost their jobs because they couldn't go to work. They couldn't work from home, depending on what their job was. But ultimately, it's the kids that have suffered, right, without a doubt. Now, they eased the restrictions, saying the kids could go back to school, providing that they wear a face mask. Right, the kids all went back to school, and within 2 weeks, the cases rose again, which proved within the schools that the face masks weren't working. Right, I'm going back to a week right from now. My 10-year-old, she was sent home from school on Friday because 3 people in her class tested positive. These are 10-year-olds for COVID. Right, they're testing 10-year-olds for COVID. Right, 3 people tested positive. She was sent home. She had to isolate for 10 days. Now, I've been home teaching her because my daughter has to work. So she's been stopping with us, and I've been teaching her at home. She's been doing online learning and everything else because she has to self-isolate. So we've had to take tests and everything else, and everything was fine. But she weren't positive. Nobody else in her class was positive over that 10-day period. But 3 people had tested positive, so they shut that classroom down. So you got 30 kids that have gone 10 days without an education on top of the previous, 6 months? It's absolute fucking bollocks. It really is. And it's the kids that are, it's in all honesty, it's the kids that are suffering. Right. A lot of us love school, a lot of us didn't like school, right? But at the end of the day, without school, you're fucked.
Yeah. And I was just about to say, I'm so happy that Rebecca completed school and she managed to do her exams and she's passed her exams. So happy. Do you know what I mean? Because if it'd been this last year, obviously she would have missed them. So
but the government has screwed up, in my opinion, the next 30 years of our kids that are coming through education. Right from 5-year-olds onwards, especially up to year 11. Right, they've screwed them up there because they've missed 18 months basically of education. They've not had a constant education. It's been hit and miss. Right, so the government has basically screwed up those kids who are our future economy. And our economy is going to suffer because of that, because you're not going to have the kids that have got the education to be able to carry on with the same economy that's going on now. And our economy is shite at the moment. It's been decimated.
It's only going to get worse now, though.
Yep. Like I say, come July, mate, you wait.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You wait.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait, because then everything I've been saying will come true.
Yeah. All right, well, everything will kick off because something will happen. Like I said, there's going to be them certain caveats there that you mentioned, and they will be implemented, and things will happen, and people are just going to say, right, we've had enough now. They've been saying it for months. They're just going to say, fuck you, there's going to be some revolution or whatever, I don't know. Maybe that's a strong word to use, but I can see it coming.
Yeah, definitely.
There's going to be something like that.
Definitely, for sure.
Definitely.
Prepare yourselves, people. Prepare.
Prepare for another fucking year-long riot.
Yeah. Like I say, that's
More
just
protests. Woohoo! More protests.
that's just my
I'm talking.
speculation and my opinion on things.
I think what's going to happen is going to be a big fucking riot, like when that kid got shot and everyone was rioting and robbing shops. I think that's what's going to happen. And if that happens again,
there'll be more people involved this time around, though, won't there? People, like with more anger and passion.
Yeah.
You've got these people that you protesters that they're adamant, they're ardent protesters, everything else.
Yeah.
And that will go into this type of scenario. I'm not saying it's right, but you're going to get other people now getting on that bandwagon saying, right, I've had enough. These guys have already been doing it. I'm going to join them because what they're doing is better than what we're getting. And they're going to join in. So you're going to get more and more. The police ain't got a fucking prayer, mate. Come July 16th, mate, the police are not going to have a prayer in what to do.
Oh, no, of course they're not. They're going to be screwed, and then they're going to be wishing that they left, they listened to us a long time ago.
Yeah. They're on the wrong side of the law, them lot. Wrong side of history, wrong side of the law, for sure.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I can see a lot of fatalities going through this. I really can.
It's horrible, but I know that's what I mean. It's all. This is what I was saying last night. I don't want to hate the police. I really, really don't. But yet, how can you not with the way they have behaved and they've chosen the side? They've chosen the side.
Yeah. You can't hate hold the police. You can't do that. I mean,
it's fair enough you say that, and I don't want to. That's what I mean. I really don't. But
hate is a big word.
I know.
Right. I mentioned before, my niece is trained to be a police officer. Right. When I show her clips and videos of what I've watched, she is absolutely amazed. And she can't believe it. And I just told her,
that's what we need. We need people like you. We need new fresh eyes going in who have got the mind open to what is happening, and they will put things right. And you know what I mean? They'll go in with a heart and a passion, not follow orders and stuff.
Yeah, but she's going into into real life through basic training. The basic training is so outdated, it's untrue.
Yeah,
absolutely outdated. And you can only learn real life by doing real life. You don't learn that through training. You learn that through real life.
Yeah.
And that applies to everybody. Right. And I fear for her. I really do. But it's what she wants to do. So, yeah, that's fine. I can't fault her for it. Do I hate the police? No. I've ever had police interaction many a time, but it's always been driving offences. And I've always got off with them, right? Because they're absolute tossers who don't know what they're fucking talking about. But I have got off with them. I've never been arrested. I've been close, I suppose, at once. I was only young then, but I've never been arrested or anything like that. So the only interactions I've ever had with police have been driving offences. But I've dealt with that because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's been it.
That's what I mean. I've been arrested. I've been prison. I've been quite a few cells. I've been mistreated previously. So, but
I mean, from these audits that go on, from what I've seen over the last 2 years, I initially didn't think this sort of thing happened, and I think a lot of people that have come into watching auditing didn't even realise that. Right.
What goes on? Yeah. That's it. Because this is what I mean. We do genuinely. We're brought up to respect the police and look up. They don't do any harm. They're these heroes in a uniform. Kids love it. Mum, Dad, get me a police uniform for Christmas. I want a police car for Christmas. You know what I mean? The kids love them and adore them and look up to them. But then, like I say, when we see stuff when we look deeper, they're just an organisation. You know what I mean?
I forget who it was that I first watched. I don't even know how I managed to even get onto that sort of thing on YouTube. I don't know how I got there. And I watched it, and I'm thinking, you absolute fucking tosser. What are you doing provoking police like that?
Yeah, that was my saying. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you absolute arsehole. And then, obviously, there were more links there, so I carried on.
You understood
and
it.
I'm thinking, and it took, a few weeks, maybe. Right, and I started subscribing and watching, and it went on from there. And I'm thinking, there's a pattern here. There's a real pattern going on here. And my initial sentiments were totally wrong. They really were totally wrong, and I'll openly admit that. I've gone from being saying you absolute fucking tosser provoking police to actually now looking at what is going on.
Mine was a little bit different because I think it came from, and this is what I mean. I've always had a fascination with like CCTV cameras and filming out in public. And like I say, if you go back through my channel, I've got 2 uploads, vlogging in public spaces, and the other one is called Photography is Not a Crime. Now, I did these 2 before I knew anything about auditing. That's when it was just a video of me rambling and waffling on about filming and recording outside. And I'd not once at this point watched any, audits or out like that. I uploaded them, and I think from that I must have started getting audits recommended to me. So many a nights fell asleep watching YouTube. Many a nights put YouTube on, fall asleep watching it. And one night I woke up to this guy arguing with his copper, and it obviously turned out to be Mr. James Freeman. And he were, officer were asking for his ID. I'm like, I'm not giving you my ID. And I'm like, oh my God, you complete knobhead. Give him your bloody ID. What are you doing? And then, like you say, I watched it, and then watched more. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's like kind of this is what I was exactly talking about. What is the big deal about public recording? You know what I mean? I've made these 2 videos before knowing anything about auditing. You know what I mean? So it's mad.
If you ask anybody, what does auditing mean? Right. In my previous
Financial.
job, no, not at all. No, it's a multitude of things. My previous job, I used to go around different companies auditing how they used to do their
it's
practices.
Like a secret shopper kind of style, isn't it? It's a secret.
No, not at all. No, they used to pay my company for me to go to their company to audit their system to see if they were doing it correctly.
Okay.
Right. So that's what your auditing basically is, to see if that particular company is doing things by the book, if you like. Right. So you guys going out auditing a police station, you're basically asking the same thing. Are you doing things by the book?
Yeah.
Right. From what I've seen,
might not be as clear as cut as that, but pretty much. Yeah.
But a lot of them aren't doing it by the book. Right. Doing it by the book is abiding by legislation, laws, regulations, everything else. Right. In the company that I worked for, it were quite an in-depth, sort of intense type of company that works alongside trading standards and everything else. Trading standards is a big company, a big a big government thing that regulates everything. Right, they look at everything. So if you're auditing somebody based on the trading standards point of view, then that company has got to be squeaky clean. Right, so if you're going out auditing, you are auditing a company to see if they are squeaky clean.
Yeah.
So you're going around police stations, prisons, whatever, to see if they are squeaky clean in how they come across. That is the sole purpose of an audit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right, so if they're not squeaky clean, then they're going to fail that audit. Now, if that were, in my book, what I used to do, if they fail that squeaky clean audit, then they would be prosecuted.
I think a natural meaning of audit is just like a representation, a physical view of anything. Like, there's a lot of things that's called audits, right? Because all you're doing is taking a video or a screenshot and talking about it. You're auditing what's physically there. You're using your audio, and that's basically what it is.
Do you think it's got the right name? Do you think it's given, or do you think it could be?
It has got the right name. It has got the right name, but it's been misconstrued so many different ways.
It's been tarnished, that's for sure.
If you want to simplify audits down to a T, then you can simplify it to the point where is, oh look, my wall behind me is white. That's an audit. I've just done an audit against my wall.
Pretty self-explanatory, yeah.
You know, I've got a perfectly fine white wall behind me. I'm telling you that wall is white with my audio.
Yeah, but you're kind of right, mate. Right,
I'm not saying that that's what it means, but you know what I mean. It is sort of
right. Though.
It is. If you look at it in the dictionary, it's an inspection of an organisation.
Exactly, which is what I used to do. Right, you just suspected your white wall, and based on your audio, it's a white wall. No, based on your inspection, it's a white wall. It's got nothing to do with audio, but.
But that's what I mean. Like people don't it's if you want to simplify it, but that's what it is. That's what I mean. If you wanted to simplify
I just say I'm a vlogger.
Much.
I just say I'm a vlogger, and then it cuts out all the complication.
Oh, don't
Everyone
worry,
knows what a vlogger is.
Wait until my next video. I'm chasing squirrels in a tree.
I'm looking forward to it. Sounds right up my street. Yeah. That's why Car Crash put squirrel in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to love doing these audits, you know, on different companies and everything else, because they knew you were there, they knew what you were doing, right? And you went in.
So you filmed it then, I presume? You filmed it and recorded it?
No, you didn't film it.
Okay.
It were all documented.
What would have happened if you had have filmed it?
It's right. The area of work I was in, you couldn't film it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
All right. You couldn't film it. Right. So your eyes were the film and you've documented everything. Right. So you go in knowing that they were doing something under a certain law, regulations, legislation, right? And you'd ask them to say, right, can you perform that particular operation under that particular law, legislation, or whatever, right? Now, if they've been taught correctly and everything else, they would do it by the book.
Yeah.
Right. And because you know that book, and if they don't do it by that book, then, right, it's not that person's fault that's showing you.
It's the training.
It's the people that's trained them. And then it goes up the ranks then. And it goes all the way up to the directors, CEOs, whatever, right? Ultimately, it's the CEO that is responsible. And doing those audits it's a good thing in a way with the the work that I undertook, right? It had to be. But the poor guys that were on the front line of it were bad for them because they knew what I was there for. They were shitting themselves and everything else because they didn't want to fuck up because they thought it'd be bad on them. My first comments to them were, right, this is what we're going to be looking at today. This is what I want you to do. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to say you've done right or wrong. It's not going to be your fault if anything goes wrong, right? Which it wasn't, right? And you'd watch them perform whatever it is that you need them to perform. You take your notes, you give them basically a pass or a fail. You never told them that you passed or failed them, right? You just gave them words of advice or encouragement, whatever. Then you go up to the next rank and say, right, I've just audited blah, 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 doing blah, blah, blah. This is where they fell down. Why did they fall down at that point? So then you're now auditing the next person up the rank to find out why that first person has fallen down. If he can't come up with a reasonable excuse, then you take it above him and say, right, sorry, guy, but you've actually failed that particular audit. You go to the next person and you move up and move up and move up. And all the time you're documenting every incident, every excuse that has been made, and then at the end of it, you come to a conclusion and say, right, this is where you need to improve. This is what needs to happen. And then you'll go back 6 months later and do a re-audit to see if they've improved on the recommendations that has been provided to them, and do basically the same again. And then you carry on. Now, if these companies don't comply to these audits, then they can be struck off whatever sort of register that they're involved with. Not government house or anything like that, but they can be involved with certain communities that are a company community and everything else, which has a lot of clout within government. And they can be actually struck off of that because they're not complying with basic audits. So technically your audit is that company doing what is correct? If they're not, then fuck them off. And what you guys are doing, you're auditing police stations, you're auditing the interactions with the police, right? You get good interactions with the police. So yeah, in my book, that could be, good audit. It's past that first step. Take it on a second step, but you guys can't take it that second step because they're already passed. They fail that audit, right? They're fucked up. Then you've got the chance then to take that audit to the second step, which is a complaint or whatever, and so on and so on and so on. And then it all goes back down. Once it's investigated, it goes back to that first interaction where they're fucked up. And then it's all sorted out, all above everybody from that constable, sergeant, inspector, whatever, and it goes up the ranks and it's all sorted out. That is the purpose of an audit. So you're doing an initial audit and you're showing up the police, whatever they are, how they're doing things. And once they get that wrong, then you take that the next step, like I said. That's where your complaints come and everything else.
And this is why, my mum says to me, I don't understand why when they come out and they ask for your details, why people are so readily give them over. Well, like we've spoke about, in the situation, everyone's situation is different in that moment. And the thing is, they've already failed at that point by asking for our details because they know we don't need to give our details if we've not done anything wrong. So at that point, they've already failed. So whether we give our details or not is irrelevant. So some people, it's a case of just doing it because we don't want to spend 24 hours in a bloody police cell.
Big auditor then. He's muted.
Yes, auditor for auditor.
I think he's muted himself.
We didn't say much earlier, so are you waiting for a gap, my good friend?
Auditor, you muted yourself, mate. Come in.
Testing. You had a good conversation last night. Don't go shy on me now. If it's the same person, it might not even be the same person for all I know.
I didn't see him on
while playing with us now. He's playing. Show us that curtain. That you bought.
So he must have come on late after I'd gone. I don't recall seeing him last night.
Yeah, you weren't that well remembered.
Go on, Stephen. I'll have a bit of pointless trivia about Leicester. Go on, Stephen. While we wait for auditor to jump on. Go on. What's your pointless trivia? Something pointless about Leicester.
Yeah, the cheese is shit.
Oh, yeah. Don't be dissing Red Leicester cheese. Don't be dissing Red Leicester.
Yeah, it's shite, mate. Absolutely shite.
I love cheese, me. I love it. Don't matter where it comes from, I love it.
I love any cheese, but Leicester cheese.
I got some lemon tangy cheese the other day. That were nice. Lemon tangy cheese.
No, I've not tried that.
It was really nice.
I'm not really big into my cheeses. I'm just
love cheese.
I'm just like
Red Leicester is just like rubber.
Hugh Jackman used to be a PE teacher in Leicester. Did he?
It's kind of interesting, that, actually. Might have been your PE teacher, eh? and you didn't know it.
I've just typed it in Google.
Oh, he's gone again.
Hugh Jackman. He's Australian, so
Audit for auditor sounds exactly like Mike already, does it? Never heard it.
It's you trolling us, really, isn't it, Biker?
Yeah, it must be, mate.
Career. He's not worked at a school.
So tonight, a younger version of me. Cheers, love. Appreciate that.
Right, guys, I'm literally gonna jump off now because I'm absolutely knackered. So I'll probably might be in the chat if anyone wants to talk to me down there. So I'll leave you two guys to it.
All right. See you later, Kat. Take care, love.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Then there were two.
I'm still trying to find out if he was a thingy.
A PE instructor.
Uppingham School in London. He was a physical education teacher at Uppingham School in London. He turned down the Australia's neighbour's job. He don't work at Leicester. He never worked in Leicester. He probably started drama in Leicester because, well, Leicester's full of drama. Oh, they got the London bit wrong. I'll research it and find it out. In a bit. But yes, hello Dawn. How are you? I'm all right. I'm all good. I'm all good in the hood with my face on a mug. But yeah, I think that's about it for me as well tonight, to be fair. Because
yes, it's been a good evening, actually, mate.
I know, yeah. Surprisingly, it wasn't meant to last this long, but you know, they never do they?
Yeah, had some good discussions there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we covered field for about 20 minutes, so you're all right, mate. Not a problem.
I know. I thought, hang on, right, I can do a couple of hours of live, you know, before I pick up Mrs. up from work. Rah. Shit, I'm on live, and I've just realised the Mrs. is finishing like half an hour before. I really like shit. And then like I got so many donations and stuff through. I was like, I can't just abruptly end the live now, so I'll stick at it for a bit longer, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah. No,
mate, always a pleasure to come on your lives.
Cheers, mate. Hopefully I'll be going live again at some point this week.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, always be back. You ought to pick a day. Pick a day out week when you can do it, so people sort of know when you're going to be sort of on. If you're not on, then you're not on. But try and pick a day.
Yeah, I will do. All right, but thank you for coming on.
Yeah, not a problem, mate.
As well. I believe mostly is going live in the next minute or so, anyway. So.
Oh, is it? Yeah, been on for a while.
Yeah, I think he's just got memberships on his channel, so he's just. Bumping the raids up on that, so.
Oh, right. I might nip over, have a chat with him.
Yeah, I might pop on a bit later, depending. But,
right, yeah. It's been good tonight, mate. I appreciate you having me on.
Cheers, buddy.
I'll be on again next time you're on, mate. Don't worry.
Cheers, as always.
Right. You take care.
Bless everyone. And you take care, mate.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yes, everyone in the chat, thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that's donated. Big up yourselves. And if you ever want to donate, PayPal link is in the description. Much prefer it in the PayPal rather than on YouTube super chats, because YouTube do take 45% of it. So I only get 55%. But anyways, guys, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for your comments. And yeah, see you on the next video, guys. Peace.